Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show, please, people. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham Hotspur related. I will be joined by all the regular hosts, all the special guests, everything like that very, very shortly. Big up Casually FC for the raid, as always. Large up to Casually FC. Big up Marshall. Big up everybody who's on there except for Ahmed. Love to the whole gang over there. Make sure you hit the like button though. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back, hit the like button on the video straight away. Please share this across all the socials as well. All them social media apps you are active on. Follow at That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV across all the socials. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. Obviously, I can see just under 30 of you lot in here already, and I know that number's going to go up. Only at 11 likes. Let's get us up to 20 likes, people. And like I said, get those questions in. Obviously, Manchester United winning in extravagant fashion. A stoppage time brace from Scott McTominay to get past Brentford. I'm laughing. I can see Eddie smiling in the background. Chelsea put 4 past Burnley. So Chelsea away at Burnley, they win 4-1. I haven't watched the game, but I heard Raheem Sterling was on smoke. And then Spurs as well. We can't forget Tottenham Hotspur winning the early kickoff, 1-0 away at Luton to go top of the league. Big Ange got them on cloud 9. But let me introduce a couple of the special guests already. Well, Well, one of them is not a special guest because he's a regular here. The other is, so I got to introduce my bro from the West Coast, fellow Manchester United. My like Eddie is in the cut. Yes, Eddie, what are you saying? You good?
Hey, man, robbery, no mask on. You dig? Another flawless performance by the boys. Robbery, no mask on, man.
Robbery, no mascot. Facts. Yeah. Robbery, no mascot is for real, for real. I got to welcome back as well someone who's a regular in the chat, as always, doing great work on his channel. You've seen him on this show in particular before as well. United Spurs of America, great channel. My like Jacob is in the building. Yes, Jacob, what are you telling me? You good?
Oh, man, what a day. Feeling blessed, top of the league, get to chat with you and Eddie. I mean, come on. I heard Jed's going to be here. What more could I guy ask for?
Yeah, man, Jed's going to be here shortly. Man. Yeah, man, good to. So you lot, make sure you subscribe to Jacob's channel as well. And big up to Kashi, who says, where are your goals coming from, Flawless? I have no idea, man. You know what I'm saying? We struggle.
Scott McTominay.
Hey, Scott McTominay, yes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the answer to all the questions. That's the answer to all the questions, man. Scott McTominay.
Scott McTominay, exactly. And our Surf is in the building as well. Yes, Surf. What are you saying? You good?
So, I got to let you know, right? I was about 30 seconds away from having the best opening to this stream I've ever had. It was before McTominay scored the winner. I was literally going to go to you. How you doing down there, Flawless? How you doing? But no, that's shameless. Bloody, honestly. Talk about. You know when Ten Hag should put the lottery numbers on today? Is after McTominay scored that winner. You know what I mean? It's like
that's what I'm saying. It was probably 39. 39 was the lucky number.
39. Sorry, what's the next? Sorry, find me a horse race or a greyhound race. Who's got the biggest odds? They're going to win. I'm going to put it on it right now and stuff like that. But all good.
Facts. Hey, you already know, man, Marshall. You're my guy. You already know that. You're my done. You already know the pattern. Big up Warrior J, as always. Yeah, it was a robbery with no mask on. I still can't. I still need to watch it back to fathom what happened. Cause I watched it live like it didn't happen. Like I was just like, huh? Like
it was out of body experience. It was out of body experience. Legit. I think you just lost what it feels like to actually win a match.
Yes.
So I think it took an adjustment period of like 15 minutes after the goal to be like, oh my God, we actually won a match. Yeah. You know, it took a little bit of time.
Flawless. You were just literally looking at your phone. I don't know if you were messaging someone.
Nah, I watched the game on my phone.
Okay, you had no genuine reaction to scoring a last minute winner. You know what it
was?
Okay. Like that.
Relief. That's me being relieved. It was relief. That's what it was. I was on a relief, like rather than happiness. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whew, we somehow managed to get a win. That type of thing. So that's
can't even get excited. Like you legit can't even get excited because Martial had the first goal, and we were like, oh wait a minute. There's something called VAR. So then that happened. So then I'm sitting there and I'm like, I was Marshall FC for the longest. Then I went to rehab and I kicked the habit. And it was like I'm like this close to getting back on the Magic Dragon with it. And then the VAR just sobered me up again, just smack dab in the face. So it was too many emotions, but like in like a 7-minute span for me to be like, yeah, this is what we do. We gotta win.
Yeah, but that's what it was. So yeah, therefore I was watching because I watched the games on my phone. So that's why I was looking at my phone because that's why I watched the games on. And like I said, it was more so. Yeah, like relief is the best way to describe it. Like we won a game. Like I was happy, like Eddie said, 15, 20 minutes afterwards. But that originally it didn't hit me like, oh shit, we actually won this game. Like that's what it is. Big up, you're on mute, fam. You're on mute, Surfer.
Sorry, rookie mistake. It's a terrible yellow card. Let me just draw it to an example I have. It was like when we had Philippe Scolari, right? And we were 1-0 down to Stoke at home, yeah? It was in the rain, right? And we were playing trash that season, yeah? And then we scored an equaliser, and then Lampard scores like the last seconds. And I was there, and you know what? I was there, and I didn't celebrate. You know, I just sat down in my chair and went, like that. You know, I couldn't celebrate. It was like it wasn't like a joyous win. It was like
you know, that's how I felt after the Sheffield win for Tottenham Hotspur. Right. We won it. We equalized and scored all at the death, just like Man United did today. And honestly, when we equalized, I was way more hyped than when we actually went and won it because I was like, bro, this is the expectation. We should be beating a Sheffield United regardless of how long the manager been here.
And you know what? This wasn't even a good Brentford side either. It's not as if they came They didn't do anything.
That was because to get to this question here from Warrior J says, my first question is actually for Flawless. Flawless Man United got the 3 points, which is a good thing for United. However, what are the negatives you saw in the games that concern you still? It's replay the same game. Manchester United, I've watched Manchester United play the same match. Game by game by game by game. Questionable lineup, 9 times out of 10. We play well for the first 20 minutes without really offering too much. Opposition doesn't do anything. Opposition gets an attack between 20 and like 28, 29 minutes, like on the clock. We concede from the first shot on target, then proceed to be terrible for the rest of the game and lose. May concede a couple more, 1 or 2 more. That is the game today, I think, is the 4th or 5th time we've conceded from our first shot on target. It happened today against Brentford. It happened against Crystal Palace. It happened against Bayern Munich. It happened against Brighton. That's 4 off the top of my head. There is probably more. 4 times to the point where Taz, like I've called it out on the stream today. Shout out to Tazo. He called it. We was like 18 minutes in and he was like, yeah, we're going to get to 20, 25 minutes and then we're going to concede. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly. I said the same thing when we played Palace in the Galatasaray game. Sorry, when we went 2-1 up, don't concede. I'm saying I said the same thing. Yeah. As soon as it went, I called it when it went 2-1 and it went 3-2. I was like, yeah, we're gonna concede again. I remember Eddie saying when it went 4-2, I was like, nah, you lying, we haven't conceded. Like, yeah. So in regards to your question, Warrior J, all of the issues are still there. Yes, as much as I'm happy about the win and it's great, and it saves me 2 weeks of hell, all of the issues still lie there. Like players need to be dropped, and you're seeing that because the players he's bringing off the bench are actually making a difference. Players who are not playing week in, week out, you see the difference. Like Garnacho came on today, he's involved in the first game. I'm saying he's doing more than Rashford is in 60, 70 minutes and 20 minutes. You see it, Palestri when he plays, Hannibal when he plays. The list goes on. Amrabat's new, even but it's the same players making mistakes. We're conceding the same goals. It's either a terrible individual error or multiple. Like that goal we conceded today was Casemiro giving the ball away. Lindelof not clearing the ball. Onana with a mistake. It's 3. And they're basics. Like, it's just, Eddie, I'll let you get to this as well.
Everything was terrible except we scored 2 goals. Like there's no positives. Scott McTominay did something I think only 2 other players have done in the history of the Premier League for us to beat Brentford.
Jesus Christ.
That's where we're at. And you know, it had me so shook. I said Scott McTominay should start next game. I don't know what I was thinking, people. I wasn't drinking. I'll tell you, it's too early. It was too early for that. On Sunday, it's not too early, but today it was too early for that. But It's bad, yo. It is bad right about now. Like I can't even put into words what I saw for 90 minutes because it was like we had the ball and would legit do nothing. My fault for the background joint. My fault.
Nah, that's cool. Somebody in the GTA.
That's the sound of the police.
That's the Thomas Frankie's reporting for stolen points. That's all we know.
Hey, I'm telling you, he called the cops on me. He called the cops on me. Yeah, man. Nah, it's it was robbery without a face mask, bro. And so you know who the culprits are. If you want to get your get back, you can. I'm pretty sure when we go to Brentford, Thomas Frank already hates us. I don't know what it is about Manchester United, or maybe that's his look all the time. But Thomas Frank, whenever he shows up against Manchester United, he just has that look like I hate y'all to the core. So I can imagine his get back when we go up there, whenever that is next time, and hopefully we can put up a good effort. But to Flawless's point, it's getting a bit ridiculous when we can call the game to a T and we can tell you why the game has changed. We took off one of Rashford or Bruno. Point blank period. They didn't play the full 90.
Mm-hmm.
We had Bruno at right wing. People, let me say that again. We had Bruno at right wing. When have you ever seen Bruno put two dribbles together and get past somebody?
Never.
I ain't seen one.
When have you ever seen Bruno really run in behind? You've never seen it. When have you ever seen Bruno running behind the defender?
No, never.
It's levels of peak, just bad football, man. So
yeah, and that's just legit. It like one thing I do give him not even credit for because it's a fire he started, but he put out. He has realized quickly that Bruno and Mount don't work in the same midfield. For all his mistakes and all his
forget midfield
and all his issues.
Forget midfield. Hold up. They don't work on the same pitch. Not even the same. Not even on the same team sheet for the game.
That's true.
I don't know why I am. I told you.
No, Surfer. You want to know what's crazy about your perspective though on him? Yeah. There are Manchester United fans that will tell you don't know what you're watching when it comes to Mason Mount. I swear to God.
No,
you know what it is,
bro.
Yeah,
I had it for 4 years. I do know you're still preaching to the choir.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. Chelsea missed profile and they didn't play right. It's like, shut up, man. You know, tell me after 4 years after watching one guy that I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Oh, him and Bruno will be fine, bro. They are the same player.
They are the same player.
I actually think Bruno's better. I think for me Bruno's better because he can deliver more.
He'll actually get on the ball more. Yeah.
If I needed someone to do something, I'd pick Bruno over Mount to do something. Do you know what I mean? But it's not like so far, but it's like. But I told you that complete vanity signing. He has been wanting Mount in his team since he was at Vitesse Arnhem in like 17-18 season. He's been wanting him that. It's a complete vanity signing.
Facts.
That's all it is.
And you know, Eddie, you know what I figured out as well with Mount? They're so similar. Is because the defense and praise of Mount is what we used to get for Bruno. Now Bruno's put together so many back-to-back bad performances where nobody can defend him. Even his strongest defenders have when I was on when Tox was on and even he was like, yeah, Bruno needs to be dropped. I was like, damn. Star-Lord in the chat. That's another one. Like when people like that who swear by him are telling you, but I say he needs to be dropped. And now what it is, that's now switched over to Mount now. So I'm hearing the same off the ball and like someone told me, when I was on Staffy TV and Tammy tried to tell me, and the rest of them man on there tried to tell me
that was an abomination by them.
That's
on my side of the.
I forgot that in that game he had like 19 touches. So unless them 19 touches were exceptional, how did he have a good game?
Like I thought he had a good game against was it Palace or Galatasaray? I thought Mount had a good game.
Palace
right?
game he was Palace he was very good. Palace he was very, very good.
It's almost
gets less touches than Richarlison, and we're talking about his quality. I don't understand.
That's
What
one
I'm
thing I
saying
do
is-
praise. I do praise him for though, because people are like, do you want him to get more touches? No, I think he needs less. The less
No,
touches
but
Mount
that's
is on the
thing,
ball, the
right?
better.
It's almost as if with Mount, but it's almost as if with Mount, right?
Yeah, go on.
You have to plan the game without him getting involved, but you're still going to pick him, which is really weird, right? Because then you start playing with 10 men essentially, right? So essentially you've got it's on the board. You've got the starting lineup of Mount on the side, going, no, you'll just be there to run around or something like that, or press or something like that, which is weird. Seeing as you're then, but then how do I put Bruno in this team as well? Which it's just mind-boggling, right? And Jacob and I were on Sam's channel earlier, and we were going to Omar. We were going to Omar going, why? Or I think I said to him, why do your fans, or you, Omar in particular, why are you so fearful of dropping Rashford, even just for 1 or 2 games? Still bring him on. See if he makes an impact.
It's multiple things. It's one, and I can't speak for him because I don't know him, but I think it's these things with fans. One of the things is player FC stun. Like, I'm a swear by player X because that's my guy. I'm a swear by Rashford. We'll use him as the example. Number 2 is if we play well when he gets dropped, now the finger actually gets pointed at him more. That also is what adds into it. Like, that's what happened in the game against Palace. We dropped Rashford and Bruno, and then that gives evidence to the argument. It gives evidence. So what happens is, so we win that game. Say then Ten Hag, which he should have done, played the same team against Palace in the Premier League, and we perform well again and win the game. Then they have less of a leg to stand on. And then we play Galatasaray, and it's a similar team, and them two don't play well, and we play well. Then the conversation becomes a lot of people don't want to have uncomfortable conversations. And you notice that, and ironically, fan calling shows is a prime example of that, because a lot of great callers who call in and they ask me questions, they might ask you questions over if you're on. Same with Eddie. But notice the difference to them when I ask them a question about their team. Man, get uncomfortable. Are your team gonna win the league? I even asking you to say, yeah. I'm just asking a question to see where you're at. If you're a Liverpool fan, if you're a Chelsea fan, what do you think of Poch? If you're a Spurs fan, what do you think of Ange? The list goes on. People don't want to have uncomfortable conversations about their favorites. Everyone knows Sancho is one of my favorite players at Manchester United. I criticized him the entire part of last season and the summer. Me and Eddie on the player ratings gave him a 3. I didn't want to do that, but it's just fair is fair. So that's where it kind of stems from. Yeah, like, because he had a couple of good moments. Large up to everyone in the chat. Jez is also in the building as well. Yes, Jez, what are you saying? You good?
There goes the property value. There it goes. Already decreased. Already decreased. It is what it is. We do what we can.
I said it already before.
Welcome to the projects, people. Welcome to the projects.
We're going to sensible Spurs.
I need
we had
some
Jacob here.
every time I come, because I'm a villain though lately.
Jez shows up.
You are a villain.
Just shows up like the dog shit you forgot you stepped in. You tread it in the house. You know what I mean?
Hey, what's up, Jez? How's the weather up here? I'm feeling pretty comfortable with the weather up here. I don't know how you live in.
We gonna get that.
I'm saying that I'm in paradise right now.
Hey, good to see you, my man, Jez.
That's the next one. Large up everyone in the chat. Nero, I see you, my young G. Big up to everyone in the chat, all the regulars, all the new people.
Nero, what up, though, Nero?
Shout out Nero. There's over 80 people in here. Let's bump up the likes. Only at 34 likes. Like check 1212. Let's get us up to 60 likes, people. Hit that like button. Please share across the socials. Subscribe. Of course, make sure you keep all your comments, questions, Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham Hotspur related. I get to all the questions I can, but to make sure your question gets read out, super chat people and I will get to it. But let's go there. Tottenham Hotspur, top of the league, 1-0 win away at Luton Town. Jacob, floor's yours, man. Thoughts on the game today and anything else Spurs related you want to go into?
Yeah, flawless for me. 3 points is 3 points. Whether you eat the steak dinner under a bridge or you eat it at the Javiana's top suite, it don't matter. Steak is still steak, baby. So talk to me nicely. I'm eating good. I feel good. I'm enjoying this because it's maybe the last chance that I get to really just soak in the view from up here. You know, I live out here in El Paso, Eddie. I don't know where you at out there in California, but I'm on top of a mountain, literally. And when Spurs are on top of the league, how can I not be on top of the world, hypothetically? So for me, the performance was, for lack of a better word, it was dog shit. It was pretty poor. It was, I mean, Richarlison, I don't know what you got to do to help this man score. 5 minutes, he literally just finished warming up. the match is 5 minutes warm and 2 chances and 6 yards from net, you got to put one of those away. So honestly, I don't know what you got to do. You gotta hold this guy's hand through high school, through college. You got to make sure he makes love right. I don't know what you got to do, but this man needs help. And you know, he said he's going to see a sports psychologist. Bro needs to see a regular psychologist because I love the guy. I feel like I want him to do so well, but then you give him opportunity twice in 5. The game just started, bro. 5 minutes, we're down their throats. Pause. But we are bringing it to him. And honestly, I saw you, Eddie. So I
police over there. Go on, carry.
Yeah, no, he held up the pause. It's okay. I might be on pause counter tonight because I'm feeling myself. But I'm just saying. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah. Damn it. Now, where do I go from here? Look, 3 points. I love it. Yum, yum. I'll eat it up. Performance, dog shit. Didn't like it. Ange Postecoglou, though, Basuma's 2 yellow cards. He deserved that. He earned it. He Diogo Jota'd that. He went out there and he said, "Oh, is my name Curtis Jones? Don't worry, I'll get sent off." Very legally, may I add. Not, you know what I'm saying? He said, "My middle name is Diogo Jota, and I'm out here just going to get 2 silly yellows in 10 minutes. And he did. So congrats to Basuma. You got what you wanted, my friend. Again, he was dominating that game, and it really changed once he left. And then at halftime, sub Richarlison, you bring in Højbjerg. Højbjerg's kind of that boring anchor guy. And you know what? I thought he did all right. He did all right coming off the bench. He's a true professional. If he really does want to leave in January, he's a true professional. So every time he comes in, he puts in his shift. I've said that I would not get rid of him because of the depth that he provides in the midfield. Whether it's good depth or no, it's better than Oliver Skip, in my opinion. It's better. He's going to give you something better in the Premier League than you might get from an academy lad. So I don't like to be too harsh on the man. Is he a fantastic footballer? No. If I try to name 5 things he's fantastic at, it probably sound like the same 5 things people tell you Declan Rice is fantastic at. Okay? But that doesn't mean... Yeah, $105 million Rice. That's $105 million Højbjerg. I'm just saying.
Let's go. Love that. I'm off.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Let's go, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? It's good.
I just say
hype,
how
man. Rice hype.
That's what I'm saying. Any Arsenal fan that I say, yo, tell me 5 things this man does well at the game. This is the same 5 things I would use to describe what Højbjerg does well at the game. Oh, he got a last-minute winner. Højbjerg's got a last-minute winner. Højbjerg's got a last-minute equalizer as well. Højbjerg can get the odd chance goal. Højbjerg gave Harry Kane the over-the-top assist that led to Harry Kane being the all-time Tottenham Hotspur goal-scoring record. So the man can play ball. It's just for 90 minutes, he's going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and everyone focuses on the bad and the ugly. But there's occasionally some good in there. And you know what? I'm not too upset about Højbjerg. But Basuma, he earned himself, he put himself in a precarious situation because now the rules stipulate, okay, he was on 4 yellows for the caution, and he picked up a yellow at first. It was a really dumb challenge. He just pulled the dude down by the shirt. And so then he was going to be suspended for Fulham. Well, then since he got the second yellow, he's suspended for Fulham regardless. But now when we play Palace, he's back on that 4 yellow warning. So if he gets a yellow at Palace, then he's out for the the Chelsea game. And I know Andrew's sitting over there. He hopes, he prays, because no Basuma, no party. No Maddison, no party. No Udogi, no Romero, no Van de Ven, no party. We are so scary thin. We have a good starting 11, but we don't have a good squad. And to challenge in any fashion, in any competition, you have to have a good squad. And unfortunately, right now, we don't have it. But look, we're 4 months into the Ange Postecoglou project. And honestly, he's got me feeling like Will Ferrell in old school. I'm about to run down the street naked. I feel good. You know, today I feel good. And sometimes in life gets you down. It's hard enough. You got to take the small victories. Like right now, I'm looking down at the rest of you in the table. And it's nothing against you. It's just, hey, you know, when I'm in the Hilton for a night, just one night I got put up in the Hilton, I'm enjoying that night. I may not open the mini bar because I can't afford it, but you can guarantee I'm gonna have fun in that hotel room. So, yeah, man, I'm enjoying the 3 points. Is it great? No. Did we look good? Hell no. Did I like what I saw? Outside of James Maddison having one moment of greatness, he had one of his worst performances in a Spurs shirt.
Yeah.
Passing wise, creative wise, but he's still. I mean, the dude oozes class. One moment's all he needs. Quick corner, we take it, give it to James Maddison. Bob weave through people. He's acting like he's Allen Iverson, circa '96. So he was acting smooth. He was looking smooth, but he wasn't on his best. And the fact that we can win when everyone looked not their best. Hey, like I said, I'm eating steak. I may be under the bridge. I may eat it in a to-go box in my car, but I'm eating steak tonight.
I love that analogy. Yeah, that's fine. I hear you, man. I hear you. Jez, what are you saying?
No, well.
Yeah, fun of that.
I can't really.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Yeah, fun of that.
Everybody, you know what? I love how everybody's turned on Jez since Spurs have had success.
Oh, yeah. He did it to himself. You still didn't interrupt Jacob. You see, we let Jacob cook. This one, no, he got me.
I still need the answer. You still turn that out, but I keep it for later.
Eat your microwave burger, Jez.
I keep it for later.
Make sure I get him, friend. 4K. That's one.
To be honest, I can't really add too much in terms of what Jacob was saying. To be honest, again, another team that wants to really not have the ball like that, who don't want to leave spaces in between channels and that, and just literally run everything down what you're trying to do. And I mean, Richarlison, in January, man. Welcome to Saudi Arabia. No, it's time to
start learning.
You know what I'm saying? Welcome to Saudi Arabia, bro.
Hey, that's mild for Jez when it comes to Richarlison. So I'm actually happy.
I'm happy. That's why I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
Keep the step limits. But the thing is, I called it straight away when we signed him. I just had a feeling this was never gonna work out, and it's weird because one day he can come on from the bench and get a goal and assist. The next day he can miss 2 sitters and everybody's on his ass again. It's just one of them ones where I don't need that for somebody that we paid 60 million for. And I'll be real, I know Emerson will start crying when he get if he sell Richarlison, then 2 for 1. Both of them can leave them to be on. But nah.
Whoa! Don't make Emerson catch a stray. He just dropped the comp of all compilations. He's the compilation king on social media.
Bro, I don't know what's going on. I don't know which phase he's right now because I'm seeing rapping and putting comps in the same time. I don't know what's going on, but I don't think I hate it. To be honest, he's putting out their better centre back performances than Eric Dyer as well. So he's ahead of him on their pecking order. So fuck it out. But nah, it's just again Richarlison. I really can't be at much more to what I have said before. To be honest with him, again James Maddison, again. We got him for 40 million, bro. I still can't believe it, bro. Jacob, can you believe it?
That annoys me every day, man.
Jacob, can you believe it that we bought him for 40 million? That right there is 100
James
million.
Maddison?
Right, yes.
You talking about James Maddison for 40? Technically, we got him for ostensibly. I'm looking at it like we got him for 30 because we sent Harry Doo-Doo Winks over the other way for 10 mil. So that's 30.
Hey, bro.
We got James Maddison for 30, ostensibly.
We scum Leicester for we should have added them. I feel so emotional right now. I feel so happy right now. We should send him another 70 just to you know what? Thank you for your gratitude and that. Bro, again.
Man basically told his landlord, raise my rent. That's how much I believe in my hustle.
Raise my rent because bro, I can't believe where I'm living at right now because the guy I've been crying out for this type of player. Probably since Ericsson left the football club. Jesus. Somebody and this is what Ndombele kind of was supposed to do, where he's not only bringing out the arrogance and the flair out there, but he's also bringing out the quality as well to help the team score goals and create which is funny enough because people are saying if Kane leaves, who's the creator? Right there, the number 10.
Jez, that's what I'm.
That's what I'm saying.
Cool. Let's just go and carry on, Jez. I just running out of words to survive. Again, it's not I'm surprised. It's just I'm running out of words, yo.
I'm running out of words.
I've never seen Justice happy, yo.
It's been actually a minute. It's been actually a minute since I've seen somebody actually able to beat one. A midfielder can actually beat this man like he did there, and then just get to go and get an assist. Like,
It was a
before
quality
that,
assist.
I'm just seeing like the hell of content, like just Højbjerg and Skip, just Højskip, just both running around and just losing the ball. Like, it's just weird. And yeah, like again, the performance wasn't great. Now Bissouma getting sent off. Ironically, I was thinking I never had the opportunity to talk about it, but I felt like Bissouma was picking up yellows for me a bit too easy, to be honest. And now he's kind of like on this yellow card count where, like, do you want to just rest? Do you want to just not play him against Palace, and then risk so you minimize the risk, obviously, of him not missing the Chelsea game, or do you want to play him against Palace, risking him that he could potentially miss the Chelsea game? I don't know.
Yeah, true.
I think Ange is just that fearless of a manager where, like, he's still gonna play against Palace regardless.
Playing regardless.
Regardless. Because, like, if he gets,
I don't think you have a choice.
See, the thing is, it's not that I don't think we had a choice. Two, but in the same time, it's just one of them ones would you prioritize. Like, even if it means maybe dropping points to Palace, but at least you have your best 11 out there against Chelsea.
I think
It's
though
it's one of them ones.
I think you don't even think about that. And I'm not trying to. I think you get as many points on the board as possible right now.
Yeah, this is what I believe.
It'd be the same if I had a guy and I can't risk it. I'd take it and I'd roll the dice. You know what I'd do? Yeah. I'd get real. If he hasn't got, I'd pray for this situation. We're so comfortable at a 2-0 lead. Gets to even half time or 60th minute, I take him off like that. Yeah, that's what I do.
This is what I think he's also just going to do. It's just for my preference. I wouldn't mind sitting him against Palace, even if it's sample. It's always going to be a negative, which is something that I again mentioned from early times where I said I think we actually got a very good 11, but our squad depth is just very not dependable. Like when you see Son and Maddison always have to come out between like the 75th to 80th minute. It's always a bit worrying then because then you're asking yourself, okay, what is this team supposed to do? But then at the same time, Ange has enough trust in the players that's coming on to at least hold on to the result or whatever the situation is. So like you just go and take it. It's like, to be honest, I didn't really care about how much we're gonna beat Luton to. But for me, it was more about getting just a W because obviously international break now, and I feel like it's just a moment where like, okay, you know what? Look at the situation. Players are going to leave anyway after this game. And then you just regroup later again when a couple of weeks again. So you're taking the 3 points. Wasn't a good performance now. But you just have to kind of keep stepping, to be honest. And obviously there's a couple of shout-outs I have to give out to. I think Vicario I have to give a shout-out to. I think he generally's been...
This guy giving shout-outs like he just won an award, you know.
Like he just won It's just that. Can you play the Oscars theme tune when someone's giving a long speech or we're getting off the stage? What is this, man?
You Eddie.
You know what it is?
Someone else? Yeah, go on. Carry on.
I don't know if y'all have seen the Chappelle Show. Got the wrap it up button.
Yeah.
I'm not
wrap that shit up, B. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Right, no pause, but no.
I want to thank my mum. I want to thank my dad. I want to thank my high school coach.
You know what it is? Because we've been here so long and just not seen a happy jazz. It's new to all the panels.
I don't like a happy.
Neither do I. It really annoys me. I'm not gonna lie.
Because now he's not cooking his own team. He's cooking our teams. That's the problem. It's all good when he's cooking his own team. It's not good when he's cooking our team. Because the problem is he's actually creative. That's the problem. He's a creative. He's a creative dickhead. That's the problem.
Really good.
He is a creative troll. Very.
I like a self-hating jet.
I can't like through the times when we were with content. I'll be real. I went a lot more to the gym than I used to before in the years, bro. Like I used to go there. I used to pray for my mental health. I used to pray for the London mental health, like Jacobs, the other Spurs fans. At times I was feeling about calling 911 because I felt like criminals working for Tottenham. But like I say, like. But I had to compose myself, so it is what it is. That's what I'm saying. Like, no, it's again like I said, I'm just like a father right now. Like, I'll be real. Like, again, he's not really missing with his faults as well. Like, I'm not even somebody that watches press conferences, but he's like, fuck it, I'm actually going on YouTube and actually watching these press conferences. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm actually invested. I'm actually invested. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
I keep
inject
saying
those
it.
press conferences. I agree with you, Jez. I listen to every word too. I'm like, my manager, I love you.
Bro, like the way he speaks, you would
That's
think he's
hella funny. That's hella
the
funny.
way
I
he
respect
speaks,
it though. Yeah.
I don't
Facts.
know, the way he speaks, you would think it's like the New Testament. Like
He's one of the
saying?
boys. He's one of the boys. Like I don't think he's on the out from the outside looking
He's like
in.
us. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like one of us. Like if he could cuss, he would. But he knows everybody got mics on him, so he got to like keep it PG. But you hear him talk, and you just hear him break down. Like the Liverpool bar was hilarious. He's like, I don't got pictures of the Fonz anymore. So what are we doing here? I'm just like, yes, like give him hell. Like that's what I'd like. Like again, my manager, he just lies.
Did you hear what
That's
he
all
said? You hear what he said about Jurgen Klopp's rematch? He said, yeah, he could catch a rematch in FIFA.
Bars. See, that's what I need. That's what I need, bro. I need that.
I don't really like, bro. If Klopp wants a rematch, let's have the rematch. Fuck it. But yeah, don't cry if one of his players gets injured during that rematch. But yeah, I just have to make those shout-outs though, because like I get emotional when I see them play football. Like before that, I had in those 3 positions, I had terrorists before last season. So one OC is to Vicario. Like I said, like it's funny because first game of the season, even the preseason, a lot of people were kind of on his back already because it didn't look smoothly to them. And I see him tweets talking about how people couldn't trust him in being in goal and how they were even already thinking about, we need a new goalkeeper. We need a new number 2. And I was like, are you guys watching the same football match as I am? Like, did you guys see the defenses that he was playing with during preseason at times, or the goals that we conceded? Like, maybe you could have said maybe one goal he should have done better, but like he's been. I actually kind of look at a goalkeeper and say every time when a shot comes to the goal, I feel like the goalkeeper can make a save. Luis fucking baguette hands would just let go every shot last season. Near post, far post. His asshole, like I was saying, like
hey yo,
hey, that's Jacob saying hey yo. That's how you know.
That's me, bro.
That's
I mean,
Jacob
Hugo
saying hey yo.
Hey, I ain't trying to judge what Hugo does in his spare time, but
Listen,
hey yo,
I was muted. I was muted for a reason. I was muted. I'm trying to let people cook. Okay,
you can't go. You can't go from Jez. You can't go from the New Testament to someone's bunghole in like 30 seconds.
It's 30. Boy, no, I told you it's Jez.
Jesus Christ!
My goat, Jez, my goat.
Anybody else, you'd be right, surfer, but it's Jez now. It's Jez. So I'm just saying.
Sometimes you have to be shameless. It's coming from the Christian man as well, so it is what it is. But like. Bro, Luis probably chops fucking his balls, man, with his wife in his bed or some shit like that. Like this how much shit he will chop. This how much he chops. This how much chops. But not like let me get away from this Luis thing because I can't. It kind of rattles me now. But
just to clarify, people, the views of the panelists and hosts on Sarcasm City TV are not always the views of Flawless.
Can you give Jez just one by himself? I mean, I don't know why we have to be.
Flawless, put the banner up, please.
Yeah,
put the banner up. Put the banner up as we speak. Put the banner up, please.
I was looking for it, innit?
I've already done this Luis thing, but now like Mikhail like showing it. It's funny. It's funny because when he came in, he was perceived as like second option, cheap option. Ironically, he had a better season than Raya so far. I've seen Arsenal fans already asking him to be chopped. Like we win again. Then Van de Ven, real quick. Again, another player that I wanted this summer. I wasn't even mad if we're not getting top sober and getting Van de Ven. I was a big advocate for him already since I've watched him in the Bundesliga at times. And now I think he just fits the Premier League. Tall. He can actually defend. Like I haven't seen it in like 3 years. And I said about the can defend.
He can actually defend. You have had Eric Dyer. You have had
Eric Dyer, Ben Davis, Joe Roden. Like bro, I can keep it stepping. I can tell you all these crops. Like I can tell you all these crops, bro, who were playing before that, and it's just somebody just competent, just competent, and you can make when you have a good foundation and competent defenders. they just all gonna play, and you see the match. You can see the improvement straight away, and I feel like he's bringing it in, bringing it to the team, despite being this young as well. But you can kind of see already he's already settled very well, and you see his leadership qualities as well at times, because obviously he was captain at his club in Holland, but also in the under 23s he's also the captain there. So I feel like kind of tells more about his character. And to be honest, as well, I give the last one as well. I give Romero as well, like plaudits as well, because um I felt like he put a good performance, and again I feel like it comes also from him just having an actually competent defender next to him. Um, he's just putting better performances in. I think him getting the vice captaincy put a lot of more pressure on him as well to perform, and he's currently also stepping up to this. Like I know some people been cooking him the last 2 games against Liverpool and Arsenal. I don't think he was bad. I just think he was at times just unfortunate in certain scenarios. But no, I just feel like he finally got a center. Like, it's just ironic because every time Van der Ven putting out good performances, you see him on IG putting comments in like his partner now. Like it's like Van der Ven is his second wife or some shit. But before that, with Eric Dyer, it's like you were calling a Buta behind his back. Like it is what it is. Like, and the funny thing is, Eric
say
Dyer,
that again. You'd call him a what? What did you say?
we're calling a Buta behind his back.
This guy.
You know Spanish, you know what you mean.
Yeah, the funny thing is, Eric Dyer can actually speak Spanish. Like.
Yeah.
Tell him to take his ass to Spain, then go speak that shit somewhere else. I'm tired. Of his ass on the 20.
I can't wait to January, but now overall, just have.
Speaking of which, I got a question for y'all though.
All right, shoot the question.
Do you think he pockets that Kane money, or does he spend it?
I can't lie. I go first, Jacob. I think we specifically did not spend it just because I believe that we actually wanted to wait for a striker that it's worth to go and spend the money on. Because I feel like considering at the time when we sold Kane, you could have had like any striker you could have bought at that time. But then at the same time, do you think in that short amount of time would the striker be already be able to come in and adjust immediately? Will it not be too rushed? Because again, you look at the age profile of players we've been buying this summer and looking at which age they are for their specific positions, and at the same time, like it's not a coincidence that the player that we actually ironically was asking for or looking at was actually Højlund. But obviously, Højlund already had his heart set on United. But you can also see why Højlund would fit our setup. So I feel like we're looking at the situation. We're looking at our situation currently and just think like, I believe that we just waiting for the right kind of striker, and hopefully, and I say hopefully, we are scouting for it. Because obviously, Richarlison is not it. That he can play across the front three bullshit is out of the window now too, and he can't even play his normal position. So. I do hope that we're gonna buy a striker. Whenever it's gonna be in January or in the summer, it's another question because we just have too many guys. We have too many guys in the team.
Before you
I'm
go,
a little
Eddie,
different
just
than-
before you go,
Yeah,
Jacob,
yeah,
just one second. Big up to A Solomon for the super chat, much appreciated. Says man moving like he was being tortured. Oh no, Jez wasn't tortured.
I felt like I was killed. I'll be honest.
If anyone was here, like literally since Jez stepped into the city, like he's been in so much stress in regards to Tottenham Hotspur. I don't think it's ever been
I'll tell you what, Flores, it's been torture listening. It's been torture listening to him for the last 10 minutes. It's not the fucking torture.
That too.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
Christ.
it might be torture for you, but it might be happening to Jacob. Like,
go on, Jacob. Floor's yours, my guy.
No, as far as apologies if you hear my son in the background, I'll try and make sure I speak decently into the.
Nah, man, kids get all shine. Flawless got, I think, his knees running around. You're straight, bro. You ain't got nothing to apologize about, man.
I think it was a
Plus,
Tuesday.
we just have to listen to Jets, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's cool, man. You're a pops. It's all good, man. Go on.
Yeah, man.
Get to it, man. It's all good.
Well, for me, I don't necessarily feel like a striker in January is like the move. I think we need an actual left winger, because Son in that number 9 role for me, he has all the physical footballing traits that I would look for in the type of striker I want in the Ainge system. He's got speed. He can get in behind. If you give him the ball with the feet, if he's in the box with the ball at his feet, the chances of him finishing that for a goal are extremely high, especially if he's able, if it's a one-on-one type situation where he's got only one defender on him. So I don't think right now I'm necessarily like pressed for a striker. I just can't see Richarlison at the left wing anymore. I'm telling you, it's Solomon, Brennan Johnson, if Jamie Donnelly from our U21s, which, by the way, our first team, our U21s and our U18s, all top of the league right now. Talk to Tottenham nicely right now, at least for today.
Oh, your under 21s and under 18s are both top of your league.
They're all top league, no losses as well.
It's a trifecta. Hey, no L's over here.
This ironic because the Ange football, because obviously when a new manager comes in, the under 21, the youth teams pretty much adapt the style as well. So ironically, last season when Conte was here and the youth teams were adapting Conte's style, I think the under 21s got relegated.
So that's a myth. That's a little bit of a myth, Jez. Our youth team has never implemented the first team style in our youth team. That hasn't happened under Levy's tenure.
His research, I fucks with that.
Fair enough.
Genuinely,
but now they are actually starting to do that. And I mean, I pay. Well, I mean, myself, the channel pays for Spurs play, and they offer the academy games. Most of the times U21, sometimes U18. That's why I got it, because I wanted to see what these kids are doing. I can't sit and get on my channel and complain that there's no pathway from the academy to the first team if I'm not watching and observing. And now the fact that it's actually changing and there is a pathway to the first team, how can I not still pay attention? I mean, this is what I've been asking for years. This is one of the sticks I used to beat Levy over the head with. So, yes, he is tight with the money, but I'm glad he's not too frivolous with the money either. I don't want to spend $100 million on Anthony. Apologies, Man United. I don't want to spend $100 million on Michaela Mudryk. Yeah, it's just, for me, I don't want to drop a huge bag on a risk.
I don't want to pay 105 million. I don't want to pay
this guy with a passion, you know. Sorry, man. That's just bad funny, yo. I hate this guy, yo. Sorry, Jess. Go on. Let me mute myself. Sorry,
I mean, Jake was spitting, bro. Like, we could have spent 105 million on a British Hoiberg. Like, know what I mean? Like, and I think that's the one benefit of Levy, as I say. Like, we're not gonna go and overspend stupidly, but I let Jacob continue because obviously he wasn't finished.
I mean, he's not perfect. We're not perfect by any means. Look at Richarlison, $60 million spent on a guy that you give him 2 opportunities within 5 minutes versus a relegation fodder side, and he can't do. That's supposed to be who he can ball against. He is supposed to be the guy who could score versus Sheffield. I'm glad he did. I'm glad he got the assist for Sheffield. Now you're playing another Sheffield quality team, and what do you do with the chances you're presented? Nothing. And to me, that's an abomination. That's I can't stand it personally. And I'm convinced, and I know for a fact, that Richarlison was bought before the World Cup because Daniel Levy wanted to tap into that Brazilian market. Remember, before the World Cup started, before it ever started, Brazil were favorites to win it. So Daniel Levy, I'm convinced, this is just my speculation, my tinfoil hat time a little bit, but I'm convinced he bought Richarlison to tap into the Brazil market before the World Cup, hedging his bets on the fact that Brazil would win it. Thus, he would have Brazil's number 9, the world champion number 9, and that would generate sales, it would generate eyes. It would be like having Son for Korea on our squad. And just think about the off-the-field implications that means. You know, you could say Son's value is 70, 80 million, but his commercial value is 70, 80, 100 million. So it's like when you look at I'm convinced it wasn't because of the footballing ability that we signed Richarlison. So we're not perfect with money.
I do think that's a part. So I do think that's a part of Conte though, because I remember reading some stuff about how actually Conte was fine with it. And even when it's ironic because like Conte says he wasn't happy with the window a later part of the season, but at that part of the season, also from Jet Spence, he never said anything about the signing. So I do think there's a part with him as well where he was fine with having him. But
that's the thing is,
it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if Levy was doing that.
Yeah, but again, as far as if you ask me if I trust what Levy's going to do in January, hell no. I mean, do I? No, I don't. Do I? That's like Do you expect the boss at your company to be a dickhead? Absolutely. Do you expect Daniel Levy to be a tight ass and not do? I mean, again, look, if we're in January and we're in and around 6 points from the top of the table, Daniel Levy is going to sit there and say, "What's my goal? Top 5 is my goal. Top Champions League money is what he's looking at." So if we're doing it, why in his position, he's gonna be like, "Why do I need to spend 80 million on some players when we're 6 points off the top of the table?" We're doing so good, it is playing right into his hands. Which, again, this guy's a money grubbing mother. I'm not gonna. There's always gonna be these dudes that are just making money off of the common folk like us. All right, that's always gonna be the system that we live in. It's money driven system. But my point being is, like, I don't really give a shit if his pockets are getting fatter. I just want to see what I'm seeing, which is good ball, investment in the club, and backing the manager's vision. And we've done that to this point. Again, back to the academy, they have begun to emulate the style in which these fullbacks drive up the pitch, they invert, they press wide. You don't have to come yell at me. He's told me to wrap it up. So he said that's my. He's giving me the speech. He's like, quit yelling about it.
We already had Jez's speech.
We don't need another one.
I can listen to that before I can listen to Jez. Don't even trip. Don't even trip.
Hey, don't let him do that to you, Jez. You might go. Don't forget that.
The thing is, I'm used to getting booed in the group chat.
Yo,
he on stream. I'm getting booed if he
get flawless problem.
Wait. No, I actually have genuine, like, I don't be doing shit. You know what I'm saying? And I just get attacked.
Hang on a minute. No. Let's stop. You literally attacked me and whoever on the stream yesterday. We hadn't done anything.
It was
and then you go
caught straight.
You go, why do people attack me?
It's Ahmed. It's different. It's Ahmed.
Ahmed put like the whole Ahmed is like he's the dark sheep of the Chelsea. It's Ahmed. It's the dark sheep of the Chelsea fan base. Like if he says one thing, and then every Chelsea fan has to hold it. Like
it was just with his happiness because we had lost. That's what it was. So that's why I was on his case. Hey, Warrior J, don't worry about that. Obviously, you lot continue to get your questions in. Continue to bump up the likes. Over 90 people in here. Let's get over 100 people in here. Make sure you subscribe to United Spurs of America. That's Jacob's channel. And one of the mods, please put the link for his channel in the comment section. Make sure you go subscribe over there, especially if you're a Spurs fan. But even not,
make sure
you get over there in it. You know what I'm saying? And speak of him too much, and he shall appear. Yes, what are you saying, fam? You good?
His name 3 times.
What are you telling me? You good?
How are you doing, well, man? Sorry.
All good, man.
God, man.
I thought you told Chris you were going to the Cassidy stream.
I literally, I literally had like a cheeky lie down because I thought I could just take a nice little
cheeky one in it, like.
It wasn't that he battered you twice.
I don't know what happened, man. My body. I think I was a bit more tired than I expected, didn't it?
Now he was excited from them 4 goals, man. It's okay, man. No stress, man.
I wasn't even able to watch the game, like the second half.
You didn't watch the game?
I only watched the first half, then the second half. What happened was, because I was out and about because I was looking for some stuff.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm trying to buy some cosplay equipment because like I'm going to a Comic Con quite soon. That's why.
Man, do your thing, man.
100%. Of course.
Who you going as?
It wasn't the fact that you smiling when they scored. I heard you smiling on Discord when they scored the first goal. And second of all, Sterling balled out who you wanted sold in the summer.
Listen,
it's all good, right?
I stand on the fact, I stand on the fact personally, and I repeat this. That need to sell that, brother, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not to the N-word.
No, don't put me next to him. Don't put me next to him.
Oh, no, I'm switching it around. I'm switching it around. Yeah, I'm switching it around.
But on a serious note, of course. Like,
I got a question, though.
Go ahead, bro.
Are you a Celtics fan now, or is that completely done with?
Listen, man. I only support serious organizations. You need to come back to me.
Yes, had to ask.
I said only serious organizations.
We're on the same page.
Low hanging fruit. But Warrior J, in regards to the timestamp, don't worry, man. You got the majority of the timestamp. So you lot, everyone who's been asking in particular about watch-alongs for like timestamp, shout out Warrior J, because he's not only doing them for watch-alongs, he's doing them for all streams as well. So you can see him just in the comment section, so you know exactly what is indeed going on.
Legend.
Well. Yeah, man, for real. Nero says, question for Jez. What style of play is Hansi Flick known for, and why did he get sacked by Germany? What went wrong? It's a good question.
style of play. He's just somebody who obviously just wants to play more of like a aggressive kind of style, transition at times, but also wants to just be. Again, it's just how German managers lately you see them like you see how Nagelsmann was kind of similar to that. I feel like, but also in his own way, in certain ways how he operates with certain positions of certain positions on the pitch as well. Obviously, but you need high level of technical quality of his football to play his football. It's just weird because obviously if people watch obviously the streams, people know my thoughts about Hansi Flick. Oh, I think he's overrated personally.
Yeah, you said this, yeah.
Because it's just I don't know what it is, but the guy thinks he still has the 2020 Bayern team, which in my opinion was one of the best Bundesliga teams, let alone the Bayern teams I have ever seen. Because like that team was just slapping everybody that came across them. Like it's just one of them was, and why he got sacked from Germany. One, he fell out with the players. Players clearly didn't want to listen to him. You could tell, like even when he was trying to change things up, it wouldn't work. He kept playing on Kai Havertz. That's another reason. Because I mean,
Yeah, that's a red flag. Then. That's a red flag.
Again, another manager that was trusting Kai Havertz got sucked. And even with Bayern, ironically, because I thought he was saying Bayern, but let me say Bayern real quick because I think people maybe don't know because he pretty much fell up with the board, didn't get his signings. Bayern told him to work with what he had to work with, and he didn't like that, and then eventually got sacked after. Not because particularly
did he walk, or was it like mutual, or did he walk?
I think,
or did he get sacked? If you remember,
I need to go back and look at it, but I think it was more of a mutual thing. But I wouldn't be surprised if he walked as well.
Just to clarify, he had issues with the Bayern board because he wasn't getting the signings.
He wasn't getting the signings. Yeah.
Okay, and this is why when it comes to, cause I know why Nero's asked this, because obviously Flick's been the guy that people have spoken about replacing Ten Hag, and I said I have to do my research, and you saying that right there. Not a red flag because that's a good thing, but look at Manchester United's board. They've known for something. All managers have said about not getting there first. And I respect it if he did walk. I always say that shouldn't be an excuse. I despise when people use that as an excuse for a manager not doing well.
I don't think he walked. I think he got sucked, I think, at the time. But yeah, when you could see the way everything was looking on the pitch as well, then it didn't just come off at the time the way it came up a couple of seasons before that. And since then, he's been on a decline, to be honest, personally. He hasn't managed in 3 years, a football club as well, which you have to consider. So, yeah, and with Germany, just fell out of the players. His style of, he was even trying, like, the last international break before he got sacked. He even changed the system, and it didn't matter because he would just, I don't know what it is, just his player selection was awful. The tactics he thinks in international football just never worked. Maybe for club football, when he has more time to implement that, maybe it works better. So I give him the benefit of doubt with that. But yeah, I don't think Hansi Flick is the same manager like he was like 3 years ago.
You don't think he's of that level first?
I don't think so. And I put massive Bayern Munich tax because again, that Bayern Munich side, when people remember that team. I had after the group stage, I had them winning the Champions League straight away because like their team was just different to everybody else. Like I think this was the season when they slapped us 7-2. I think Chelsea got slapped back home and away.
Was that okay?
No, it was that season. I think.
Did they beat Arsenal as well? I can't remember.
Arsenal wasn't in
the champs. Yeah.
Right, cool. But they were just slapping hella teams during the period. Even the Bundesliga, like because you see how Bayern is. They're doing well, but they're not doing well in the same time in the Bundesliga. During that period, though, bro, they would just slap everybody. And when I mean everybody. So, if you come to United, do I think he's going to do a much better job than Hag? Maybe in the beginning because it's new ideas, new manager, new voice. But how long? Because I did see that name be circling around for Man United fans, to be honest. And I always ask myself, like, is he really going to be the problem fixer? And he is not a project manager. He's more of a kind of win now. The A2 as well. The A2 as well for us.
Yeah, by the way, there's like a documentary actually. If you guys want to watch Hansi Flick, about the German national team and at the World Cup actually on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Which is actually behind the scenes and you can actually see a bit more of his tactical side. And
I've seen the clips. I've seen the clips. and I started crying because he sounded like a hypocrite at times. Because when I watch these football matches, and then what he says, it doesn't correlate with what he was trying to see with his players.
No, that's
Very.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I got a question for Flawless and Eddie. If Scott McTominay didn't pull that game out of the ether and y'all lost 1-0, third consecutive home loss, is Ten Hag get the sack in that hypothetical situation, or what do you think?
No, because our board never sacks managers when they're supposed to be sacked.
Yeah.
Like Tox hit the nail on the head when we was doing the fan calling show. Our board are such cowards that they wait till there's no dispute whatsoever that a manager should have been sacked. Like Oli should have been sacked way before he got sacked. Mourinho should have been sacked way before, but there was still debates. They legit waited till we got clapped by Liverpool on our home pitch, clapped by City. That wasn't even enough. Then we got beat by Watford. And don't get it mistaken, he only got sacked against Watford because we lost 4-1. If it was 2-1 and Watford don't score those 2 goals, he'd still remain in the job.
Yeah.
Like they legit wait till there's no. We had to go lose 4-1 to Watford, 5-0 at home to Liverpool, 2-0 at home to Manchester City in embarrassing fashion for them to go, all right, on top of everything else before that. Like that's legit what it took. So our board, even if he should have been sacked after today, well, yesterday's game technically now, they still wouldn't have done it. They would have waited. They'll wait for us to hypothetically lose more games in the Premier League, go out the League Cup, either go to the Europa League or the Champions League or finish bottom of the group, and then they might go, all right, let's sack him. That's what they'll do. They do that type of stuff, but yeah, go on, Eddie.
No, I couldn't agree more. We don't operate as a big club or even a competent club. Any decision we make, it happens about 2 to 3 to 4 weeks later than it actually should have. So think about our transfers. Think about a guy like Amrabat, who was legit telling everybody all he wanted to do was play for United, right? What ends up happening is he wanted to come to United in July. He wanted to be at United in July, and we signed him when? Like right as the transfer window closed. Sancho, think about Sancho. Think about why we had to spend 90 million on Anthony. Because it was getting so close to the window closing and we needed a right winger that we were like, you know what, we'll give you whatever money you need. We just need to bring him in here. So we don't operate like a club who has any idea of what they're doing. Sometimes I'm just surprised that we actually know that we're playing the sport of football. You know, like Ten Hag with the sack. I could see us, honestly, I swear to God, I could see us getting stomped by City, because we haven't played City or Liverpool yet.
Yeah, we played City.
Getting stopped by those two, losing another match, and then maybe, just maybe, like Ten Hag gets the sack. It'll take another like crazy result. But if he just loses 2-1, right? Because I think it's fair to say he's lost the dressing room. The way these dudes look on the pitch, they're not even playing for each other. They're just playing to play. If you ever get the shot of like everybody on the bench, like they're all miserable. Nobody looks like they want to be there anymore. So for me,
I mean, Maguire looked like a kid on the first day of school with his new sneakers and his new backpack, new outfit.
When he got in, that's like, hey, you know what? Like I said, one of them dudes get out of solitary, they smell fresh air for the first time in a while. They gonna enjoy themselves.
You know what?
The sunlight hit different. Yeah,
like exactly, sunlight hit different.
Eddie, you know what it is? Maguire moving like Jez. That's what it is.
Exactly.
No, hell no. Don't put Jez and Maguire in the same sentence. Come on.
To be fair to Maguire, like he's been playing great lately. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, shut up, Jez. Ain't nobody asked for your opinion on my club, bro. Nobody asked for your opinion on my club. You shut up, bro. Shut up, bro. But yeah, I'll let the Chelsea dudes cook. I don't think we talked about Chelsea.
I'm gonna get
their new savior, Cole Palmer. I'm saying Cole Palmer, especially the new savior, because he has more goals than Mason Mount. Congratulations. You got more goals than Mason Mount.
Listen, it's not my fault. The club can't. It's not for your club can't assist. You know what I'm saying, man?
Hey, you still below a show, man. You still below a show.
Yeah, something in my eye, Let me get that out of my eye, Ahmed. My bad, dog.
Yeah, but you're still below us.
He's putting it on your fan base right there. That guy.
But we move. To Stephanie G. This is actually
Same
good.
with
We are
you,
going to get
Jez.
to Hey Solomon, we are going to get to Chelsea. Don't worry about that. We will. Who
love
says
it.
we all thought Mount was an Eriksen upgrade or replacement. Perhaps Ten Hag saw him more as a Bruno alternative. Thoughts, believe. This is an interesting statement. I genuinely believe he did bring him in initially as the Eriksen replacement. I think that's what
If he did, he should be tried and convicted.
I agree with you. But then Eddie, then you know what he realized? I think the penny dropped and he was like, oh shit. Like I've been saying. Mount, because we haven't seen Mount and Bruno together again. I think he did it the first 2 games, and then I think he did it the game when Mount came back, and then we haven't seen it since. From when I seen Bruno white back and I seen Hannibal playing in the midfield, I was like, all right, Amrabat's one thing, Eriksen's one thing. They're like senior players, but to play a youngster in the midfield ahead of him and Bruno to shift Bruno. So yeah, I think the penny just dropped that. Oh, this is a bad idea. How do I fix this? But I think if Mount was a Bruno alternative, he doesn't give Bruno the captaincy. So I don't think it's a question of rotating. Well, here's an interesting thought process. I'm just glad that.
Can I ask a question though? Like,
yeah, go on.
Surely, man, yeah. I know Ten Hag, you know, the way you guys talk about him, he's very tactically competent from what I'm hearing. Surely you know that it couldn't work, big man. Like, if I can see it,
he made a mistake. He made a mistake.
But no. This is not even like a mistake. There's like mistake, and then there's just like being an idiot.
Listen.
Your manager played Chilwell at left wing. It's the same shit.
Bro, but I was but
it's the same shit.
I agree, yeah.
And I rate Poch. That's not even a shot. I think Poch is a very good manager. But this goes to show managers do stuff that is idiotic. Like Chilwell at left wing.
Yeah, like start an unfit Harry Kane in a Champions League final after Lucas Moura just came and got you a hat trick. But let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about Pochettino's failures. No, let's just
it's like this, yo. It's 60 million on Mount, and Flawless and I had sat here summer game after game saying, "Get us Maddison, please."
Yeah, I still can't believe that he's at Spurs, man.
Like he spent 60 million on Mount, and they like
I still can't believe it.
I can. You know why? Player of the month, baby.
And I had people legit argue me down and be like, no, Bruno's better than Maddison. Maddison got relegated with Leicester. Blah blah blah. Now them lot is silent. You know what I'm saying? Silent.
Super silent.
Silent. I had Terry on the terrace when I was on there. I need to go back on there. Shout out to Terry, and we debated that. He tried to tell me Bruno was better than Maddison. Where?
Said the same thing to me too.
Where?
Yeah.
Like, stop, man. Stop thinking that this Manchester United, what's it called? This Manchester United shirt is the super soldier serum. Like, you just put it on and you transform. No, you're still the same guy. You know what I'm saying? People think actually it hurts certain players because the pressure's that big because you're under the microscope. It's like Mount now. People saying, oh, Mount doesn't do much. Mount has never done a lot. Never in his entire career has he done a lot. He's always good off the ball. What do you do on the ball, my guy? You're an attacking player. Because you don't create and you don't score. So what are you doing on the ball? You have 8 open play assists, your highest goal score. You've scored double figures once in 4 years. So we know he's not a goal scorer. What are you doing? Your set pieces ain't great either. Again, people don't like when you talk, oh, you just hating his Mount slander. No, perform well. If he performed like he did against Palace in the League Cup, guess what? I shut up and go, oh, that was a good performance. Shout out from New York. I've been on his channel as well. He met the Joker. He messaged me after that game. Oh, Mount was good. Ain't messaged me since, though. Now they played 3 games since then. Ain't messaged me since. Why is that? I know my guy, but I'm not going to message me see about Mount because I know Mount's levels isn't good. And we're going to see it. Same with Bruno. If Bruno has a good game, well, even for United, against Luxembourg, oh, Bruno, this, that, and the third. And he ain't played well since. Say, what you do in a United shirt? If us 6 right now had, you know what I'm saying, any descendants of Luxembourg, we could pitch up for that national team. Let's call a spade a spade. What are we doing here? Well, people don't like when I talk like this or Eddie talks like this because it hurts their feelings because it's their favorite player. But your favorite players hurt you claim to love.
He's a scrub.
Notice.
I think he suits you now, man. I think he's a United type player today, man. Mason, man.
Bruno.
Bruno and Mason.
Yeah,
Mason and
as
Bruno.
low
quality. Nice little low quality players, you know what I mean?
100%, man.
Low quality. Santorini.
It's like Mudryk and Jackson, man. You know what I'm saying? The same shit.
Hey, man, these men are scoring. You know what I mean?
You scoring where? Scoring where? How many goals they got between them?
Who?
3.
Oh, well done. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
You see what I'm saying? Shameless.
3. You, know
You
what I'm
really
saying?
put up 3 like it's something to behold.
Yeah, serious, man.
Listen,
You know,
Man,
Listen, man.
like you got
Hey,
rated. And just to
come on,
clarify to this, the Eagle MMA says, "Flawless, how did you become a United fan?" I was born into this shit. I have no choice.
Same.
My whole
Same.
family's United fans. You think I got a choice? And I was like, yeah, I can pick my team. No, you the same way. If you're of a certain religion, you're born into that. If you're Muslim, then you're Muslim, or your parent, like, or your whole the generation above you's Muslim, your generation and below. You don't get to judge. I don't get to pick. I weren't like, yeah, let me pick United. My family tree. That's what it is, and it's the same for the generation below me as well. You don't get to pick. The fuck? You United fan? You gonna suffer like the rest of us? Is what it is. Like we move.
We like that, man. We like that, man.
Yeah. Same with Chelsea, innit? You know what I'm saying? We like you like 11th. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful.
Well,
But speaking of that, did you guys discuss Chelsea? Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm glad you're in 11th. Surfer, over to you. Put 4 past Burnley. I'm saying 4 past Burnley after going a goal down. I didn't watch. I heard Raheem Sterling played very well. I heard Cole Palmer played very well also. Obviously, you can elaborate on that and others who also played well too.
So
and
as
three,
the only
and 3
Chelsea,
wins in a row. Speaking of 3 wins in a row for you lot as well.
Yeah,
As
scoring
the,
5 on Burnley ain't for everybody, but let's keep
that's
on.
true.
Wow.
Just like 3 on Luton. But it's all good.
Just like 2 goals.
We did that on the other stream as well. It's not just, so we're just repeating ourselves now.
You might just playing it back.
As the only Chelsea fan on the panel that watched the entire game without any agendas. So the first half was it was average. Sterling was our best player, even though some people on our Discord chat were saying he was having a rubbish game, even though he's the only one who was doing anything. He had a shot that just went wide, and then Burnley, from their own half, Colwell pressed up too high, and then he got 1-2 round. But Burnley went from their right-hand side all the way over to the left wing to score. So every person in the defence had a part to play in them scoring, either not getting close or not tackling, etc. Now, what I did like today is that the heads didn't drop. Sterling got a deflected own goal, which amazingly he gets the assist for the own goal. Someone tell me how that works, but you know what I mean. And then at halftime, Poch actually did well. He actually took Broja off. It wasn't Broja's day. Burnley were playing a low block, or for some reason, I don't know why. It's when Jose Mourinho does it, it's parking the bus. But when everyone else does it, it's low block. But okay, no problem.
Same difference.
Yeah, same difference. They played low block today, but they were more physical. I think Broja's style suits them. Jackson came at half time, and it just really made a difference. It got more people involved, made more space, and Sterling, as he should do, destroyed their right back. He was playing on the left, but it also allowed Cole Palmer to get more involved. But we had dual threats, so we weren't right-sided as we had been for the majority of the season. Caicedo played well. Sterling won the penalty. He gets an assist for that as well, because now they give assists to penalties as well.
Oh, see, which I think is actually fair, to be honest.
That's fine. Palmer then put away the penalty for his first goal, and then Caicedo broke up the play. The ball fell to Gallagher, and he actually passed it correctly to the right person. And Sterling scored on his left foot, which was good. And then the fourth one, it was a breakaway. Sterling again broke away, went down the left. Good crossover away to Cole Palmer, who's very left-footed. I will say this. He's very left-footed. Pulled it back onto his left foot, passed it to Jackson. He did a nice turn and he smashed it in for 4. It was a pretty, as it should be really. It was from the second half, it was a dominating performance. Enzo was good today, not his best, but didn't need him to be at his best. Caicedo was commanding, as he should be. Disasi, who I don't know why my fan base targeted Disasi, had another good game. But yeah, they really didn't do anything, and it was it's good to. I like Poch didn't do the usual thing with Broja and wait till 60 minutes to see how he was doing, and then take him off. Do you know what I mean? Wasn't working. Let's get the job done. We've got the gauntlet of fixtures coming up after the international break. Let's get as many points on as possible, and let's see how we go. I just want to say this though. Cole Palmer is built like Havertz, but he's got balls on him. Do you know what I mean? In terms of like, he doesn't get knocked off the ball at all.
Oh, so you're saying he's strong?
He's built like Havertz, but he's strong. He's strong. He's more skill. He's got more pace. He retains the ball better, and he adds a threat. So he is coming along. And someone told me online that Cole Palmer is 6 open play assists away from matching Mason Mount's entire career.
Yeah. That's great. That's creative, Mason Mount. You know what I'm saying?
That's creative, Mason
By the way,
That's
Mount has had 13,000 minutes more.
But I will say this. Listen, I know we're going to lose a few games in the fixtures coming up. Like, I think we're going to lose back-to-back City and Newcastle, because even Newcastle, even with our greatest ever sides, we always lost at Newcastle.
You struggle up there. Remember, Mourinho has a real bad.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Our best ever sides, we always struggle away at Newcastle. And Everton. It's very weird. But I'm not optimistic in there. Like I said, we can come. If you asked me this before the previous international break, I would have said 0 points for those run of fixtures. But we needed to build some momentum. It's a pity the international break is now upon us, because it sort of stops that a little bit and we have to start all over again. But no, it was another good, since that Brighton game, really, the League Cup game. It's really, I don't know, it's just given them more confidence or something like that. But Poch is now like playing actual wingers, which helps. And Sterling was before kickoff. What are you playing Sterling for? Well, Mudryk had only done half a week's training. Do you know what I mean? And it sort of paid off, right? I'm also not seeing any tweets. It's funny, when we lose, the ownership gets blamed, but when we win, there's no praising of the ownership. I don't know how it happens.
Welcome to Manchester United Football
Club. I know. I never seen it. Yeah.
Hey, same over here at Spurs too.
Welcome. I think all our clubs are in the same boat.
I'm not seeing any. I'm not seeing any takeover reports for you this week, for us after you've won a game.
None.
After you've won a game, yeah.
It was getting them ready though. He was in the drafts for that 2 weeks. It was in the
Hey, Surfer. Not to cut you off, but I just have a question, like, because a lot of your fans were already on Pochettino pretty harsh. Has he given you like things that you can see that are giving you some hope in his development as a manager, or is it just like talent is pulling out these types of wins?
What he's doing is, and I quite like, because he doesn't really need to. There's not a lot of rotation in this team, so you don't have to. So what we're seeing is relationships start to develop. So we're seeing links to the midfield with Palmer. We're seeing the defense and the midfield get more, especially Caicedo in there patrolling, get more of confidence and everything like that. So we are seeing, and like today, like I said previously, I did like his proactiveness of, it wasn't working with Brohart. It just simply wasn't working at all. Changed it at halftime. Not this usual thing that managers do. Like, let's give it 10, 15 minutes and see what happens. He said, no, we'll change it. And it worked. And you know what? When the manager, what I will say is that it took him like 4 games, but he did drop Chilwell. Chilwell wasn't dropped because he was injured. He was dropped because he wasn't playing well, right? Sure. The thing is, though, next games we should have Badiashile back. 2 right backs will be back as well. So it'll be interesting to see what he does in terms of, and Chukwuemeka will probably be back as well. Be interesting to see how he implements and puts them all in as well. Because I would rather see a Chukwuemeka at number 10, a more physical number 10 like that, than say a Gallagher. Because don't let the Gallagher assist fool you. I thought he was pretty average today. And that's probably Gallagher to a T, really. But he sort of broke down attacks. I know he's Ahmed's favourite. But he sort of, that's right. Put your picture on. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, the Gallagher,
this guy.
Gallagher's just a handsome Højbjerg.
Yeah, exactly. That's what,
bear in mind, we're talking to a former Havertz stand, so don't worry about it. What do you mean? Is the picture? Wait. Is the picture not out there with you holding up his shirt?
There's no picture, man. You know what I'm saying, man? There's no pictures, man.
There's no what? Do you want to say that again?
Bro did the Messi celebration.
Oh, he
Huh?
he said
It was.
he said
He did it in a
Hey,
Nations League game too, Jacob. He did it in a Nations League game.
Hey, Ahmed, if you want to continue to lie, we will find the footage. Don't worry about that.
We have the footage. We have the film.
Yeah, we have that. No, but no. So it was a good way to end that. We've got Arsenal coming up next. That'll be
Ooh,
something.
that'd be good.
Yeah, that'll be something to see. That'll be a big test. And then we got Brentford, the League Cup, and then Spurs on November 6th. So, I'm hoping for that Basuma yellow card. So that was
That's the thing about Basuma, though. They said they ran a stat during the broadcast, and in the last 3 seasons, I think he's the highest carded midfielder in the Premier League in the last 3 seasons. But remember, last season he barely even played.
Yeah, hardly played, right? So
and he's still statistically the most yellow carded.
So every time he played, he got like a yellow card last season. Every time he played,
I remember his first start. Yeah, he did get one.
No, but I think in this fan base, then Ahmed's testament to that. It's easy to blame Sterling because he's like, for his past, what he's done. Even when you can say that. I've got like 15 witnesses. It's all you blame Sterling.
I'm gonna talk about Sterling, man. Listen, man.
Yeah.
Mandem,
just hold the L, man.
Did Sterling get man of the match today? Did he get?
Enlighten me, Ahmed, on what this Sterling agenda is. I just need
an agenda, man. You know what I'm saying?
It is an agenda. I saw, even though you weren't on camera, I saw you smile. I heard your smile when we went 1-0 down.
Oh my god, bro! This guy, man, is awful, man. That's because I'm just like,
Chelsea scored 4 goals. Chelsea scored 4 goals, and Ahmed still finds a way to get cooked. Like, it's sensational.
Listen, man. You know what, man? I'll start talk about the game first. I think
how you didn't watch the second half?
I watched the first half though. The second half wasn't able to watch that fully. I was a little able to watch it in bits, essentially. So, like, from the first half, I felt like we're being a bit lethargic initially in the first half for me. We weren't moving the ball as fast as I would have liked, which again just comes back to tempo, something that I've spoken about to you guys a lot, where I want us to be more fast on the ball, you know what I mean? And I think the final third decision making at times wasn't great. Sterling was, doing a Sterling, you know what I mean? But what I mean by that is, yes, he will be getting into that second, third spot, but the final decision making, you know what I mean, was going. I don't know what happened in his brain. You know what I'm saying? He has like the little delay sometimes where the decision making that happens isn't the one that you expect it to be, and he does something completely different, in my opinion. Obviously, the goal happens. Kukurea, man, was just jiggling batty, you know what I'm saying? Just standing there trying to drop himself.
Yo, what did you say? Hey, yo, what did you just say?
I'm literally telling you what he was doing, bro. I was telling you what he was doing, bro.
Who? What was the player you named? He was
yeah, man. Listen.
Say it again, Ahmed.
Chill out.
Say it again.
I just said it once is enough, man. Once is enough. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to repeat it myself twice, but
I need it one more
hey,
time.
it is. Hey, this is crazy. Put it to the last. You see what the comment says right there, Floss? You see that last one? Yeah. Who said it? I didn't say it, but hey, great minds think alike. That's all. Great minds think alike. That's all I got to say.
But anyway, man, you know what I mean. But hopefully, listen, this is Kukurea's last game, at right back, so it's all good news. Good still be back. Reece James is back. So, we can pick at least who right back is going to be. Thiago Silva, in my opinion, though, in that one, was actually the one. Obviously, Cole, because he's so up high, he gets beaten up because of the fact that he's a fullback. Thiago Silva then rushes a bit too quickly in there. Sarcasm then has to cover both sides of that space for that goal. And then, obviously, it comes to the Burnley player, and the Burnley player is able to get it through Kukurea's legs for that goal. I think after that, though, we did step it up a level. After that goal, and tried to do a bit more than we actually had in terms of like our level, being a bit more fast on the ball. Obviously, Sterling got that own goal to happen, luckily, which was needed and deserved. But again, he wasn't moving me. He wasn't moving me in that one. You know what I'm saying? Meh. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Listen, you're in your prime, big man. I'm expecting a bit more. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna put myself up like that. Second half, obviously brought on Mr. Action Jackson. You know what I mean? My guy, Jackson. Shout outs to him. Started cooking, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you got that penalty. I'm very happy for Cole Palmer's first goal. You know what I mean? Penalty take. Hopefully, we don't have Enzo and penalties anymore. That's the good news on that one still. After that, who is the other guy that scored, actually? I'm just kidding. Sterling scored. Obviously, it was a good goal there. Gallagher. Shout out to my brother, Jack Gallagher, you know what I mean? He does something that Mark can't do, you know what I'm saying? He has the vision at times, you know what I'm saying?
Did you say Jack Gallagher?
No. As I said, shout out to my guy Gallagher.
Let me get to the super chat. Hold that for Ahmed. Big up to Andy MU. Big up for the super chat. Man's got, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Johnny Evans in the profile, but Mr. Dependable, man. He was good today.
Love to see it. Love to see
yeah,
it.
man, he was dependable. Like, people criticize, I'm like, yo, Johnny Evans, for all the criticism he received, if our defenders could do the basics like him, we'd be in much better position, but we move. Hey, Andy, big up for the super chat, as always, man. Big up to you supporting. He says, big up the show. He says, Jacob with his Arsenal hate, 2 Chelsea fans with the Arsenal agenda. It's like a pylon. There's no Arsenal representative. Because number one, it's always fuck Arsenal, number one. Number two, the reason why there's no Arsenal representative is because it's the Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show. That's why. Every Thursday, you get them. Every Thursday, and Andy, you know this because you be
shock horror, mate. Shock horror.
And Andy, you know this because I've seen you in the chat for it every Thursday. There's the Manchester United.
Yeah, there's no Chelsea representative on that one. So what do you want? And you have TJ, shout out to TJ every single time TJ wearing or Cam Office, both of them crashing on Chelsea. They crash on United. They'll also crash on Spurs as well. They'll crash on Spurs as well. Like,
can't crash on Spurs, they're below us, but
I love that. But TJ legit was talking about I think last week? Yeah, the Spurs Liverpool game, and he was crashing on Spurs about it, if I remember correct. Like, basically, him and Jacob, because their brethren are always going back and forth constantly. Every time TJ's on, I see Jacob in the chat. Yeah, TJ Waffle, blah,
TJ
blah,
Waffle.
blah.
Bro, TJ Waffle TV, go like and subscribe, drop the syrup when you're there. The man is always on a syrup shortage because of how much waffle he serves up. Everything he says, you say he's serving it up. Yeah, he's serving it up. He's a manager at Waffle House. They work 24 hours a day there. Come on. Waffle House in Atlanta, that's where you get trained. Ask TJ Waffle about it. I don't mean to speak ill. Look, I don't mean to speak ill of a man while he's not here, but let me go ahead and just say something. TJ Waffle, while he may be my American brother, he is deluded as hell, and he likes to think that, I'm just rational fan because I'm hearing my takes off of Lee Gunner and this and that. Like, no. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. And just remember, he told me it was going to be 4-1 to Arsenal. He told me they're going to win 4-1. What did he say after the match? This, that, and yeah. A different dance. Everybody's dance look a little bit different after they play Tottenham Hotspur. Ask Liverpool fans, what's their dance? They dance for a whole damn week different. So
that was the whole thing.
So yeah, and just to clarify people, shout out to you. Just to clarify people, Jacob and TJ are, before you not try and run anything, they're actually brethren. That's why they go back and forth like that. It's hilarious to watch. I'm definitely gonna get them on the stream together on here at some point in the future. But yeah, shout out to TJ wearing everything.
You gotta have like the referee joint on, because it's gonna be scary hours. You gotta have cards. We gotta have a VAR official. We gotta have so yeah.
By the way,
hey, shout out Scott Hooper. Let's get him in on this.
Two things, Andy, and I appreciate your comments and everything. Just a spoiler alert: there's no Liverpool fans on this show either. Okay, just a spoiler alert for that one. And second of all, the reason Spurs fans were so giddy, it wasn't. Well, the 2-2 draw, but it's because all goddamn week, even myself, I had to hear Arsenal fans go 5-1, 4-0, 5-0. So it wasn't about it. It's about you Arsenal fans being disrespectful and not even honestly watching how Spurs play, and you not playing well for thinking you can come into a team against Spurs and beat them 4 or 5-0 like they're nobodies, like they're Luton Town or something.
Because you beat PSV.
Because you beat PSV. Your only good performance against PSV, which was 4-0, yeah? PSV, by the way, not PSG, PSV to begin with, yeah?
Yeah, man, I can't tell the difference these days. Can't tell the difference these days, mate.
So just to clarify for those that may not know, even though I know Andy's trolling with this because he'd be in the chat, Saturday nights you get the United Chelsea Spurs show, Manchester United, Ballers at the Bridge, talking at Tottenham Talk. Tuesdays at midnight, for all you Liverpool fans, you get the Manchester United Liverpool show. Manchester United podcast, analysis at Anfield podcast. We're just gonna bypass Murtaza, but big up. And then Thursday,
you cold blooded. I know why he said that.
He's just gonna bypass that. And then he's crazy. And then Thursdays, people, you get the Manchester United Arsenal show. Manchester United gonna talk from the Arsenal. So all the top 6 are fairly representative represented and get spare time on this 110%.
You know what?
City
You know what I'm
fans
gonna
sometimes
do,
when Jan's about, like you get what I'm saying, but there ain't too many of you like anyway.
Do you know what I'm gonna do though? I'm gonna freak Andy out and make appearances in all them shows to freak him out. That's all.
You're just gonna be like,
go off the balance a little bit.
Listen, man. You know, I just want to make it clear. Yeah, the reason why I
have
a Sterling. I want to make it clear about the Sterling agenda. Yeah, my Sterling agenda is only because of the fact, yeah, he's technically the oldest in that line. I want him to be having as much as a impact on the game as much as possible in it, because you're in your prime, in my opinion. This is where I needed to be stepping up. Like, I can understand if a Cole Palmer, maybe he's not going to be as consistent as me, Same with Jackson and Broha. Who else am I missing? Maatson, Madueke, let's say. But for me, he's not always consistent, man. And that's what's been annoying me when he's at Chelsea, in my opinion. That's what it is, bro. Like, I'll be real. But like, other than that, you know, when it comes down to me cussing out Sterling, it's just doing a bants in it. I just, you know, I'm one of those type of guys. That's
I find it just hilarious because it's just like the moment he does something bad, you immediately on his ass in it.
I'm on.
But when he does something well, it takes you at least an hour until you can actually give him credit for it.
Listen, man, I've got my
yeah, I don't believe you. I don't believe you were asleep. I think you were trying to think up excuses.
I swear to God, bro. I literally was not. I don't know what happened. I think it's because I did it all night last night because of like work. Literally right now.
Yeah,
like, from like.
I think it's because
why the snore? Why the snore? Like we didn't know you were.
Yeah, man, no cheeky one in it.
Listen, man, Drake, if you need me, you know what I'm saying. I'm here to ad-lib, you know what I'm saying? I want it anytime.
Yeah, you don't want that smoke, man. Drake too busy attacking Joe Budden. I need to find out what's going on with that.
He had that written for ages, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should have put them bars on the CD. That way I can listen to it a bit more, dog.
By the way,
Eddie, you know why it's not on this? Eddie, you know why it's not on the CD? Because he didn't have a room full of riders on it beforehand. That was just off the cuff. That's what you get. You got all them riders. You know? That Beyonce type writing room. Them Taylor Swift riders. You know what I'm saying?
All I gotta say is, man,
I see you, dog.
I can't. That album though, hot garbage, man. Bring back old Drake, man.
It's crazy.
But that album was hot garbage, man. I didn't
like. I don't care if it's 1 verse 100. I'm ready for this. Who are you talking about? Psychedelic Shaolin?
Oh no, because he's a Liverpool fan. But yo, Tuesday,
ain't nobody here for y'all. Ain't nobody here for y'all. Yeah,
Tuesday midnight psychedelic. That's your time. I'm saying where there's like 2 to 3 Liverpool fans.
Why would he have to bring 99 friends to back him up against one person?
Yeah, man. He's moving like that.
They never fight alone.
He's moving like that.
Y'all out here begging for replays and stuff. Go replay it on your TV. How about that? Ain't nobody got time for y'all, man.
Yo, Eddie, I kept the energy the same for Liverpool as I did Arsenal. Look, when the head honcho's crying, the tears roll downhill. You know what I'm saying? When Jurgen starts crying, the rest start crying. Arteta start crying, Boohoo Saka start crying. That's just the way that it goes. Mentality starts from the head up. And when you got that boohoo mentality, it's just gonna happen. I mean,
I want to know why they didn't stand up for Brentford when they should have got a penalty last week against Spurs.
No, that's okay. Instead
why aren't they fighting for us? Richarlison got his shirt pulled on one of those two chances in the first 5 minutes. You don't see us crying about it because guess what? We still got the 3 points. Talk to me nice.
Instead of Klopp paying for the Mickey Mouse teeth he got in his mouth, they should have paid PGMOL. Maybe he could have helped y'all on that game. That's what he needed to do.
What I also want to shout out the Wolves TikTok admin because he did that whole press conference. I've never seen such a game unfair like this. And then they show the clip of when they got ruled offside in the FA Cup last season.
Yeah, I remember
but
that.
Yeah, carry on.
And the funny thing is, Liverpool fans were saying, "Oh, they should move on." Like, what do you mean? Like, no, honestly, Karma is the bitch. Like.
They just need to hold it, man. I said this before, man. Liverpool need to
your manager gives a new definition of taking a bite out of crime. How about that? How about that?
Hey, this is why you don't say nothing and then your team, because your Liverpool were even getting cooked. But like I say, Tuesday nights, man, United Liverpool show. Let me get to this from Warrior J, and then we'll get to hold that thought. Let me get to this from Warrior J because we'll be able to run through this question quickly. Could I ask the panel this question when all the injured players are back? Name your starting 11 you want this season. How do we start with you first? Let's say everybody's available. What are you going with?
Starting 11.
Yeah, starting 11. Yeah.
Nana in goal because I haven't seen the other brother play. Casemiro, Varane, Malacia. Honestly, I'll play Wan-Bissaka. I think the Delo thing has ran its course. Casemiro, Amrabat.
Martinez next to Varane because you said Casemiro, Varane. Martinez
Martinez next to Varane.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Amrabat, Casemiro, Donnie as striker. No, you know what? I'll do Martial at striker.
Okay.
I'll do Højlund off the right. No, I'll do Højlund off the left and Sancho off the right.
Okay. Jeez, interesting. For me, Warrior J, same goalkeeper as Eddie said. Same back four. You said Malacia at left back, right?
Yeah.
Same back four. Casemiro, Amrabat, Ericsson. I'll go with that as the three. Rashford's in horrible form. So it's Garnacho from the left. Right-hand side. Fuck.
Palestri, I'd go. You know you wanted to say shit.
Too much.
I go Palestri. I go Palestri and then Højlund up top. It's awful. Actually, big man. We'll go to you, Ahmed. Chelsea, best 11. Everybody fit.
I would probably say Sanchez in goal.
Mm-hmm.
Left back. Probably have to keep Cole at left back then.
Oh yeah.
Buddy Shaw, Disasi as your two centre backs.
Yeah.
Even if he's fit, I know he's fit now, but I don't want to rush him in for the Arsenal game. I'll put in Malo Gusto there as my right back. Okay. Then obviously Caicedo ends as my pivot, and then Mudryk.
Is it not Mudryk?
Yeah, so Mudryk.
Okay.
Cole Palmer, Nkuku, and Ramsey. Action.
This guy's living himself the same to you, man.
So Ahmed, he said if everyone's fit. You did hear that, right? He said
I said everyone's fit. I gave my views.
This guy's still an agenda stinks, but go on, carry on.
All right. So Sanchez, James, Disasi, Badiashile, Colwell, Caicedo, Enzo, Nkuku, Sterling, Palmer, and Jackson.
First, and big up to.
Oh wait, no. Do we put in if we sign Tony and no?
Yeah, don't do all that. Man, Lewis said the gargantuan bumper pussy blood clot Chelsea back and we're winning the quad. Cole Palmer, young player of the year charge. Oh my god, big up to Lewis every single time. This guy's a fucking idiot. Yeah, same to you. I don't know how many injuries you've actually got, Jacob, but anyway, still question to you.
There's a myth that we don't have injuries, and that's a lie because we do got injuries. Just not to our starting 11 at this point, but we do have injuries. But I don't think that necessarily maybe Brennan Johnson or Solomon or Perisic you could throw in at the left wing would look different than what we saw today. Outside of that, that's still our strongest starting 11. I'm curious to see when Mr. Bentancur comes back from his injury at the end of this month or the beginning of next month. He may, but Sarsar Toure talked to me nicely. He's been one hell of a baller for us. I don't know if he gets dropped immediately. At the beginning of the season, we all said, as soon as Bentancur comes back, it's without a doubt that he walks in over Sar. But I don't know. Sar's been improving. Sar's been showing all the right things. He's got a goal. But I think our strongest 11 looks similar to what you saw today.
Were you saying just pretty much in agreement? Everybody says everybody.
Yeah, everybody. I would say from the Richarlison for Brennan. I'm pretty much in 11.
Yeah, first. Okay.
Pretty much just real quickly, the Bento call, real quick.
Get to it.
I mean, like I said, we don't know how he's going to come back, which is the thing. That's why eventually, I was originally even thinking about even when Bento comes back, I wouldn't mind seeing somebody like a Sar regardless start up ahead of Bento. But if the Bento somehow comes back and he starts balling, like we can at least sit here and say, okay, there's two good players in that position. Because I think that's probably the biggest issue with somebody like Oliver Skip, even though he's supposed to be the ball winner. Supposedly, the guy can't win a ball, can't do shit. So now, like, let's hope that Bentancur comes back fit. And even if he doesn't play well against Sarcasm, if he does play well, we can say at least we have 2 good players in that position. So it goes both ways, to be honest. But I think he comes anyway. Do you know when he comes back, Jacob?
Allegedly he's been partaking in half of the first team training, and then the rest is rehab. So he's ahead of schedule as far as like training with the first team. But he is training with the first team again, and they said November was his target date. I actually had him pinned around January, February when the injury initially happened, because that was a terrible injury. But he's working ahead of schedule. You know, modern medicine, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because like my guy Terrio is back at Rans, innit? You know what I mean? Obviously, he was moving a bit mad. You know what I'm saying? Because Villarreal, but he moved, man.
But no, like I mean, AFCON is coming up as well, so like
Also, Psychedelic Shaolin says he knows that Spurs cheated and that we need to hold on to that. Bro, I ain't holding on to shit. You holding on to the L? Just let it go, my guy. It's just an L.
You know what?
It's that easy.
You know what?
I've had plenty.
You know what? And I know he's saying that. Yo, when we pull up to Anfield, I hope you getting cheated again. Hope.
Say it.
Yeah, man.
I'm just gonna say,
You get a VAR decision against you again. All of your games coming up.
a big up to Taza for the super chat, but yeah, Kanchelskis was a baller, 100%. Mohammed says, flawless. You're not worried about Onana's consistent errors? He's giving headache. Yeah, of course it's a concern, but it's very similar to De Gea start. Very, very similar. For those that don't remember, De Gea got dropped. But people want to act like this didn't happen. Like De Gea legit got dropped. I think it was for at that time might have been Lindegaard, the Scandinavian goalkeeper. Might have been him. But I can't remember who it was. But he got dropped at like early like for in his Manchester United career. So that's why I'm not like, does he need to improve? Of course. But it's like I'm gonna give him ample time to play with it. If he carries on, then he needs to be dropped and taken out of the firing line. But for now, he seems fairly resilient. So I'm like, all right, I've not seen him. What's the word? I've not seen him not try things. I've not seen his game change at all. Like he's still trying to play out from the back. He'll still clip the ball long if he needs to. He'll still play not dangerous passes, but risky passes into the midfield. So I don't really have any issues with Onana like that. I think he'll do all right. But if he's not the correct goalkeeper, we just move on and so forth.
I think he's gonna have to cost you in the Champions League or your games coming up, or cost you if he plays against Newcastle and City. I think he'll play City and Newcastle back to back in those games in the league.
Yeah, it might be that. It might take a massive climb.
If he does something in both games that costs you really big, then I think you'd have to take him out of the far end for his own good.
Agree.
And re-establish confidence, build up again. But then again, I don't even know what the name of your second goalkeeper is, so I don't know.
He's a Turkish keeper.
This is the funny thing, because I know a lot of Turkish people back from Germany, because obviously Germany got many of them migrate over there. And I actually asked about them, about him, because they're watching the league, and apparently he's not really. Let's say it this way: it's the reason why he's the number 2. It's the reason why he's the number 2.
Has to be expected.
This is my thing. Where like, okay, you drop Onana, you bring the second keeper note in. What if the keeper that also has a holder? No, you're destroying somebody else's confidence as well.
I will say this about Onana. I'll say this about Onana. He strikes me as the type that doesn't necessarily have his confidence wavered. But what I do think, he put a picture of like a lion with a crown on, like an AI. I'm just like, yeah, this is the type.
He's moving like Jackson, man. Flipping now, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like Rastafari. But here's the thing: if the guy was good enough to be the starting goalkeeper, he would be. And I think with Onana, what was bypassed by our team was the fact that he played in a team that really sat deep and didn't necessarily try to play expansive football. They made the game ugly. So the attempts that the other team got, you don't really, you weren't really seeing that with Inter, right? And then when he got the ball, he had people who were competent enough, to receive one of the long balls that he plays and create some type of sustained attack with it. When you see what we have when you look at one side of the pitch and you see Rashford, who's terrible getting the ball out of the air. He's absolutely god-awful in the air. And then you see Bruno on the other side who has a dead touch as well. It doesn't spell well. Like, I thought it's the craziest thing to say. He was our best passer of the ball as the goalkeeper in that game. He was the only one that, like, when he made a decision to pass, it was direct and it got to the target. Whether it's Casemiro, whether it's Amrabat, whether it's Bruno, whether it's Dalot. And shout out to Ibrahim because he talked about he's already cost in the Champions League. So, he's already
Eddie,
– yeah.
if I may, as a goalkeeper myself, now I've said this many times, I wanted to be the big chunky Zlatan up top, but they didn't want big boy up top, so they put me in the goal.
Yeah.
Right? So I learned a lot in between them sticks. You learn a lot about yourself in between them sticks. When the whole game's happening in front of you, you learn a lot about the game as well. Now, what I want to say about Mr. Onana and you could say Casemiro made a mistake. You could say Lindelof did it. Look, players in the outfield are going to make mistakes. They're going to do good things. And that's up to the rest of the people around them to cope with the good and the bad. So as a goalkeeper, as much as I love blaming the people in front of me when I let a goal go by, I look at his body and the way he tried to save that shot. That's not a goalkeeper getting down type of dive. That's a dude jumping into the deep end of a swimming pool type of dive. And it's like, as a goalkeeper, one of the first things you learn is, first of all, fists. And then second of all, when you get down, you want to get as parallel with the floor as possible. And if you look at the replay, he gets down, but there's this, it's like a ball-shaped gap between his armpit and the grass. And as a goalkeeper, that's a walking goal. So whenever you stick your arm out, look, if it's on the floor, it's rolling over. If you're over it, it's rolling under. So the arm does you no good. Really, you have to get a fist to it, or you have to get your both arms down to it. But again, it's a bang-bang play. I'm looking at the replay, and I'm watching him as a goalkeeper, and I'm saying, bro, this isn't how a goalkeeper dives to save a low-driven shot to your right. That's not. It wasn't even like if you look at Fabianski. I don't know, not Fabianski. Kaminsky. I don't know the goalkeeper for Luton. I don't know old buddy's name, but
Kaminsky.
Look at it. Kaminsky. You look at that guy, Frank Kaminsky. Shout out College Hooper.
I know.
Right. He's a flop in the league, but that's neither here nor there. My point is, you look at that guy, the way he got down and saved that Kulusevski shot in the first half. That is a goalkeeper. That is a shot-stopping goalkeeper. You can get down to a low-driven shot. You're far to your right or to your left. That's a goalkeeper. That's one of the first 3-4 things you learn as a goalkeeper is how to get down, especially if the ball. He has the instincts. He has the physical capabilities. I just worry that maybe he doesn't worry enough about the small details as a goalkeeper, like diving, just a simple dive. And that's why you see these small things that he does that become a big issue. Goalkeepers, you could save 5 shots in a game, no one will say nothing to you. But you let one of those go by, and it's in the manner in which you let that one go by today, people are going to start talking about you.
That's fair. That's fair.
Can I just say quickly? Yeah, I want to have to say this. Yeah, when Kepa came to Chelsea, right? He came at a time. Obviously, we lost Courtois to one of the club shops, but losing Courtois to Man City, Real Madrid. Sorry, but that's another story. Right? He came in last minute. We literally brought him in, and he started making mistakes, right? And then the thing for me was, his confidence got broken very quickly, in particular. And the defense that was in front of him as well lost confidence in him too. And for me, Onana is someone that's also in almost in a similar situation, I would say, because if he keeps on making the same mistakes he's making, letting in the goals he is, it's only a matter of time before the defense doesn't trust him either. You know what I'm saying to you? So
I'm gonna give Jacob a lot of credit because that's something that I've been hearing about what people have been seeing from Onana, that he doesn't position himself even remotely close to how a goalkeeper is supposed to. So I'm not, and I think this is one of those examples where I always go back to it, where two things are true. Yes, the people in front of him aren't doing what they are supposed to do, But at a certain point in time, it's your responsibility as a goalkeeper to not make the problem worse, right?
Yeah,
and I get what because you're not. That's not the first time I've heard that about the goalkeeper, Jacob. So I'm with you, spot on. He doesn't help himself at all. And then when you look at the mistakes he's even made with the ball at feet, especially in the 2 Champions League games, it hasn't been a good start. But I think it's just like he's a part of a bad bunch for me. So to just key in on him, I think is like irresponsible. But if I point out like what he's doing, and Onana's doing, then I think we're at a fair spot. Yeah. There's none of them that are absolved of any blame because I think Flawless broke it down perfectly. Casemiro plays a terrible pass, you'd never want to turn the ball over in the middle of the pitch.
It came from your own free kick, right?
Off a free kick, right? Then you have Lindelof being soft, right? Can't do anything about that. And then you have Onana doing what he did. So it's 3 errors that led to the goal. So, yeah, I mean, it's just one of those situations where he has to fix up because I don't trust the option behind him because I've never seen him really do it like that. So that's where I'm at with it. I can't, you feel me? I can't be like, yeah, let's put in the second guy because, again, if he was the real deal, he'd already taken the spot. But in addition, now there is another thing. The manager has his favorites, has his guy that he believes in. Onana may be one of those guys, so we might not ever really see it unless there's injury. And then shout out Ibrahim again with the AFCON situation. Look, if he goes to AFCON, I'm sure I'm not going to miss him. But then with what Jess said, people who have watched the Turkish league have relayed the message to him that he's a second choice goalkeeper for a reason, right?
That's cool.
No, again, Andy, when I talk about Lindelof, he's a very soft center back.
That mistake was nothing to do. That mistake he made was nothing to do with position.
Yeah,
if Højlund did the exact same thing, I'd be here criticizing Højlund. Clearing the ball is not a position thing.
And we're not talking about how he's because we've acknowledged when Lindelof has played well. We will acknowledge when you played well. We acknowledge that Maguire didn't do a whole bunch today wrong. That's a shocker coming from me. I'm fair. I believe in fair in my opinion of what I see from our players. But today was not one of Lindelof's best showings. It wasn't. And there's literally only Evans, dare I say, Maguire and McTominay are the only guys who can hold their head up high.
Yeah.
That's it. I can't think of anybody else that can really be out there looking like that.
I thought Garnacho was bright when he came on.
And Garnacho, yeah. But you know what it is, Flawless? We always knew in that role,
yes,
that's where Garnacho excels.
He played his part in the equalizer, and that's all I need from. When I say the basics, that's all I need. Whether it's defensive or attacking, if you're on a winger and you're quick and you're direct, be quick and direct. Because more chances are, even if the pass isn't the greatest or it takes a deflect, we've seen it with Chelsea's goal, the one Sterling, and it bounced up. The goal Wolves scored against City, where it bounced up off somebody. I can't think it was Diaz and went in. Like those things can happen. Like if you put defenses under pressure. But yeah, back to Onana. The reason why I'm not overreacting because I legit seen this happen with De Gea. I watched the same thing happen with De Gea, and everybody write him off and say De Gea is terrible, this, that, and the third. And then he went through a period where he was the best goalkeeper in the league, bar none. He had a half a decade period where it wasn't even a debate when you're doing combined 11s who went in. Now, I'm not saying Onana gets to that level. What I'm saying is I'm giving Onana ample time to succeed or fail. Because even if he had played these first few games and was phenomenal, I won't be sat here saying we've replaced him, he's going to be one of the greats. People want to run to an opinion without a big enough sample size to write man off after 10 games, 11 games. Like what we doing here? Same with managers. Same with players.
What's your run, by the way, going forward? Does your have a
Sheffield United? No, we have a more favorable run on paper. Okay. It's on like paper. Copenhagen, Sheffield United, Copenhagen, City. That's the unfavorable one. One sec, I'll pull up the fixture list in a second. Give me 1 sec.
I want to quickly put my 2 piece on the Onana thing as well. Like, to be honest, yeah, like any pinpoint that clearly for me, like I feel like Onana comes into a situation where like he left a situation where okay, we acknowledge that Inter Milan maybe not be the greatest footballing side in the world, but we kind of are, but in the same time we can also not ignore that these guys also made it to the Champions League final for a reason because they had competent players in a competent systems. No, I don't know what happened to Ten Hag, but his system from last year he changed it and he went from a functional system to like a just hope everybody just steps up for the day and just get the points kind of style now. And even the players that he plays to like Barella Prosovic and whoever it was between Mkhitaryan or Hakan Shonalugo, these are quality players not quality players in terms of every club in the world would like to have them, but more so because of what they can offer on the ball when they receive the ball in the half turn, when they have to come deep to collect the ball. Like you see why Onana was so comfortable, and then even the centre backs all competent, and they know exactly what Onana's habits are. And I feel like one thing that I always mention when Onana was brought to United, he isn't the greatest shot stopper. I mentioned that at the time, but I don't think Ten Hag bought him. Obviously, he's a goalkeeper and supposed to be his job, but in the same time, there was a bigger objective, in my opinion, why he bought him. And currently, because United fans aren't seeing it, and he's letting goals in that he shouldn't be letting in my opinion. That's why it's the added amount of pressure now that is on it as well now, which doesn't benefit him as well. So it's just one of them ones. And no, United fans want to see something new. And to be honest, I've been there. I wanted to see academy kids at some times as well when certain senior players didn't want to step up for whatever reason. But can you 100% sit here and tell me these are sometimes all the time the best decisions that you can make? Because okay, let's say the option that comes in but then doesn't play well. Then what? So no,
yeah, exactly. That's what.
But like I said, and like yourself notice, and that's what I always say. I always give players at least a season for me to give, unless I think they're completely garbage. Unless they're
garbage, and I say that all the time. I give players a season. We probably don't even speak that, and obviously it don't help in terms of communication. I'm guessing he speaks like broken English, in the sense of like being new here. But let me get to a couple things, because we can all state opinions, but let's not state opinions by fact. Because Ibrahim saying, but Flawless De Gea was 18 and skinny. This guy is mid-20s. I don't expect these kind of mistakes from an experienced goalkeeper. Neither do I, but De Gea did not get that excuse. When De Gea was making mistakes week in, week out, there weren't no, I don't even know if he was 18, but let's say for argument's sake, he was 18, early 20s. There was no he's early 20s and skinny. The conversation was exactly the same as it is now about Onana. There was no excuses. Let's not try and rewrite history, because I remember it vividly. It was why, especially when Sir Alex Ferguson dropped him. Like, let's not do that. And to Luke Willie says the thing is, De Gea was 20 and Onana's 27. Same thing applied. There was no age thing. He was after he made all them mistakes, and then he got dropped. He's a waste of money, because he cost a lot of money at the time that we signed him. It was big money. I think it was like 30-40 million, when 30-40 million was a lot, not like it is now. So let's not do that. Like, let's not change it. And again, people just making things up. Mohammed says the difference between De Gea and Onana is De Gea was young, but Onana is on his peak. How do you know Onana is on his peak? What goalkeeper peaks at 27 years old? Come on, if you've been watching I don't know how old you are, Mohammed. If you've been watching football for any length of time, we all know goalkeepers normally peak later than average than outfield players. If you're talking midfield, defenders, attackers, that stands. What goalkeeper at 27 was the best in the world? We didn't watch Buffon play till he was 50. What are we talking about? I'm saying Buffon was like 32 for like 5 years. Like, let's not do this. How do we know Onana is at his peak? Like, what are we talking about here?
You know who Buffon's favorite keeper is?
Who's his
Buffon's favorite keeper is Vicario, the goalkeeper for Tottenham Hotspur. Isn't that fun? But Flawless,
that's actually a fact. That's true as well.
That's actually a fact. Yeah.
Like, let's not. I just don't like that when people say, "Oh, he's at his peak." How do we know he's at his peak? Yeah. We have no idea. That is completely subjective. Like, let's not state that. Oh, he's at his peak. How do we know he's at his peak? He could get worse. We watched De Gea get older and get worse. De Gea went backwards. Yeah, De Gea is an exception to the rule. Name the other goalkeepers then, Josu, who at 27 were the best in the world. Name them. How old's Alisson right now?
He must be over 30, I think, because I remember seeing something.
Exceptions to the rule. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
there's
this is the thing, like,
of course, there's
Alisson-
not one rule fits all. But my point is, most goalkeepers peak 30 and later. De Gea actually went backwards. He peaked like an outfield player, and then got worse as he got older. Because even his shot stopping went, which was very strange to see. But most goalkeepers get better as they get older. As they hit 30 and then
he played a part.
Like
De Gea played a part in us losing 2 cup finals last season. We're not.
Just to clarify to Josu before you go. Josu Casillas was never the best goalkeeper in the world. Don't know how old you are, but Casillas was never the best goalkeeper. He was never the best goalkeeper.
I used to think he's overrated.
Never the best goalkeeper. Name
Super glazing.
Casillas was never the best goalkeeper in the world ever. Buffon was in his 30s. Buffon's the best we've ever seen. What we talking about?
Yes,
man?
bro. This is what we're measuring Onana up to. This is what we're measuring Onana up to.
I'll be forgetting.
Bro, just look at the Premier League, bro.
Neuer used to be in that period, but he was actually at his best too.
Bro, you just need to look at the Premier League, bro. You got Alisson. You got Edison. You just need to compare to. You just need to compare him to Alisson Edison, bro. Because if we're comparing him to any standard right now, it should be to Alisson Edison. Is he there yet? No, he's not, mate. So that means he's not good enough for United. That's what I would say, man.
What I think it is a little bit.
You have to give him chance to get there. Is the point that I'm making?
Yeah, of course you have to give him a chance to get there. Of course, yeah. But I'm saying though, as of right now, though, he hasn't reached that level. I think it's fair.
No. But again,
I don't think.
Let's okay. For argument's sake,
Wait.
That's my point. That was about to go there.
If he had played exceptionally well at the start, and then me and Eddie said he's better than Alisson, what would you and all the Liverpool fans be saying?
You're honestly, like, come on,
crazy, right? We're crazy, right? We're crazy, right?
We're crazy. That's what we would be saying. Yeah.
This is what I say. Like, this I say. Like, again,
talking about
10 games is not enough. Like, you can't become world class in 10 games. That's what I always say. Like, that's what I always say. Calm down. That's what I said.
That's the thing is with Josu. You just said, reactionary. Buffon never fell off. He appeared and was great his entire career. If Buffon had a falling off period, I missed that. From when he was at Parma, when he was at Juventus, like he was just renowned as, you the best goalkeeper, without doubt. Like, what we doing here? Like, let's stop this. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? Like you said, you can't be world class in 10 games, but you can be written off not to reach that level in 10 games. Come on, man. And I even saying Onana's the answer. I'm saying I'm gonna give him longer than 11 games or 12 matches or whatever it's been. I'm gonna give him longer than 2 months. That's what I'm gonna say. He's had 2 full months. Yeah, go on.
I just think that the reason why people feel so strongly about Onana is, first and foremost, something that you always say here on the channel is the pressure at United is different, right?
Yeah.
A guy like Vicario can come into Spurs and it's like people say this, people say that, but if he drops his keys, it's not like paparazzi's right there waiting to snap it and sell it to the ops. So
you feel me?
The pressure is different. It is a different gravy at Manchester United. But my thing that as an outsider from a non-biased perspective, I'm just looking at it from the physical standpoint and like his technical abilities.
Yeah,
bro needs to be saving that. There's
no.
We're
not yet. There's no argument there, Jacob. We're not even yet. We got no argument with that.
I think a little bit of it too is like if you focus more on the small things rather than like, I'm an old school keeper, bro. Don't pass me the ball. I don't know where the hell it's going when I kick it. So don't pass me the ball. And my coaches all said, if you have to pass it back to the goalkeeper, y'all have made a mistake from the jump, because the ball should never be going backwards, and it should definitely never be going to the guy whose position it is to play with his hands. The one guy on the pitch for your team who plays with his hands, and he's telling me he's supposed to play like he's playing like a midfielder. This is you got to do the simple things right before you try and excel in other things. It's like you are a.
It's so good. No stress, man. It's
no,
you
go crazy.
I can't even think. I can't even think. Apologies.
You going crazy.
Yeah, he's disagreeing with me. That's what
he's disagreeing. Yeah, he a real one. So Josu says Alisson was 27 4 years ago. Was he better then or now? I'm tempted to say he's better now. Exactly, he's better now. That's the point that I make. Even if a goalkeeper's exceptional at 27, normally most goalkeepers are better at 30 or after, or 31 and after than they are at 27. Even if they are, take Buffon out of it, because like I said, he was just quality from the moment he stepped on the football pitch. It's like he stepped on a football pitch. I remember trying to sign him on FIFA 99 on PlayStation 1. That's how old like Buffon's been around for. You know what I'm saying? But like even Alisson, who 4 years ago was a good goalkeeper. Like, yeah, he probably still is playing knowing him. Alisson is now better. Yes, is the point I'm making. De Gea is the only one I've seen do the flip. where he was better in his 20s than he was in his 30s. But most goalkeepers get better. So the point I'm making, Mohammed, is you're saying, yo, he's letting in soft goals. I hear that, but this is just plain wrong. You can't say Onana's at his peak at 27. He might have peaked at Inter Milan. That might be the best Onana we've ever seen. Was him at Inter Milan. I don't know how many years he was. That just might have been the best him. You know what I'm saying? Potential. So that one season may have been his best season. That might have been him at his best. We don't know this yet. We can't just turn around and say it's his peak.
Think, no. I think the real question, is that he needs to take off the high top, innit? Let's go back to a low fade. That's it, man. Keep it simple, bro.
You cut off your luscious locks over there, Somali Jack Black. How about that? We'll start there. How about that? You gonna talk about my keeper's hair? I'm gonna talk about your hair. How about that?
Yo, I think Onana has great hair. Top hair for goalkeeper.
No. You're not getting the drink.
We won that.
To Warrior J, big up, man. Since Florence, I'm gonna dip. Peace out. Big up to Warrior J. So even him, he said, "This is Man United. Is it wrong to expect the best, great, good, above average in each position?" No, of course we all expect it. What I'm saying is, I'm giving you ample time because even if he let me clarify this again. Even if he was phenomenal over these 2 months, I wouldn't be sat here saying he's the future. You know what I'd say? All right, can you consistently perform at this level? Because we've seen players. Bruno Fernandes is a prime example of that. Perform over a certain number of bumps and get goals and assists. Where is he at now? The consistency is the key. But he's not been given a big enough sample size to show his consistency. He could improve. Yeah. He could get worse. He could stay the same. And guess what? If he stays the same, he will get shipped on. Cool. And then we move on to the next goalkeeper. Is really not that big of an issue. Should he be dropped? Yeah. That's definitely a conversation. I'm just saying I'm not writing off a player after 2 months because I wouldn't say build a statue of a player after 2 months.
Exactly.
That's just
was Onana the goalkeeper for Ajax at the time when?
Yeah. Which is ironic because I was thinking about it. Know that shot that the winner that Mora scored. Ironically, I thought he should have saved it on that day, but later on. But again, this has been the story of Onana, his career. Like he's one of the most exceptional passer of the ball, but it's just not.
Bro, play really midfield.
I mean, that's why they call him the holding goalkeeper. Literally, they literally call him. But he came from the Barcelona academy, and I always said I don't rate Barcelona keepers like that for a reason. Nah, it's just one of them. Was like again, you have to. For me, there's also a part where you have to play him. Even though I play Onana for the way he lets goals because they're hilarious and the memes are funny. In the same time, Ten Hag knows him very well. You know what he's about. And you're bringing him into this situation where you don't see any benefit at the current moment why you're voting for. And that's why it's another reason why Ten Hag is in the current situation that he's at right now at United in terms of the pressure, because he's making decisions that's costing United.
Yeah, and I see him getting blamed. And the thing is, because he's letting in goals, I see him getting blamed for stuff. Like people say, "Oh, you don't save one-on-ones." Most keepers don't have a high saving success rate of one-on-ones. Because one-on-ones, normally if the attacker misses him, we normally blame the attacker. If Manchester United player has a one-on-one and they don't score it, I'm not looking at the goalkeeper. I'm looking at the attacker. Trust me, I support Manchester United. I see many of our... actually, I tell a lie, we don't create that much. But I've seen our players from time to time miss one-on-ones. And I'm looking at the player like, how did you miss that? But he'll get missed. Like, I met the one we conceded against Forest. When the one you scored, when our whole team was up the field. People are like, oh, how did even clowns like Ahmed, oh, how did he not save that? It's a one-on-one. How often do goalkeepers save one-on-ones?
Hardly
ever.
What
are we talking about? Exactly.
One-on-one, I'm picking up a red every time. Don't let it be one-on-one.
Yeah, like,
you don't go down a goalkeeper. That's how it works.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just trolling though. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, we know. But no. The
I'm
reason
trolling.
I know you're trolling, but the reason why I use you as the example, even though I know you're trolling, is because people genuinely believe that. There's people out there that genuinely believe that. That like, the goalkeeper should save one-on-one. Where? You know what I'm saying? Go get the best goalkeeper wherever you want. You know what I'm saying? I bet his success rate is not high in regards to saving one-on-ones. But yeah, we moved. Of course he didn't. Yeah, the thing is though, De Gea was making mistakes like this as well. Ten Hag didn't think Onana would be messing up basic saves like De Gea was, so you can't even blame him. Of course he didn't. You know what I'm saying? But he is, so he needs to pattern it. All right, that's where that is, which I think he could. You know what I'm saying? On one-on-one things, I don't think he has any idea what to do. That's my issue with him. That's too much, Ibrahim. He's trying to save it. One-on-one, you're not in. The goalkeeper's not in. You're not favorite. in that situation. Now, if it was long shots, different conversation. People were putting in shots from 40 yards, 45 yards, 30 yards. I'd be like, you know what? That's on the goalkeeper. It's one-on-one. He's trying to save it. Like, what we doing here? Again, people doing too much as always with Manchester United. The praise is over the top and the criticism is over the top. There's never no balance. Never have I ever heard better goalkeepers than him don't get criticized. Go get Alisson's success rate from one-on-ones. I guarantee you it's not that high. He's regarded as the best goalkeeper in the country, but we ain't going to utilize him for that. We seen him make a dreadful mistake when they got packed 5-2 by Madrid. We just know it was a mistake, which actually cost them in that tie, because I believe they was 2-1 up. Basic stuff. Like, what we talking about here? I seen him get packed in that game, the entire game. Well, no one would, question Alisson. No, sometimes those things happen. Sometimes it's just good shots. Like, sometimes keepers make mistakes. Like, let's not do too much. He's been here 2 months. Manchester United have many more other issues. And the MU has to be said, because there's no balance. Fans complain all the time about wanting to have balance and stuff like that. No, it wasn't Gomez psychedelic. I'm talking about the one Vinicius Jr., the second goal, when he tried to pass it out. And that's basic goalkeeping. You never play the way the striker's facing. That's big. Even I know that. And I'm not even a goalkeeper. I've just played Saturday League, Sunday League. You put it to the side. You try to go more direct. You go sideways. You know what I'm saying? But we move it. Yeah, psychedelic. Talk about that all you want, because I'm right in regards to Alisson making a mistake. But here we are. And Alisson's the best goalkeeper in the league. I've seen him make mistakes. It's just you have to limit the mistakes. And that's what the best goalkeepers do. But I think people are harsh in particular on him when he gives you enough ammo anyway. You don't have to go over the top. But as we move. Oh, yeah. The months, I just remember months going wild at 2-0 against Madrid. This is Anfield. Don't spam psychedelic or I'll block you. Alisson Becker's one-on-one ability is exceptional. I didn't say his ability is not exceptional.
Yeah,
but
it's Alisson Becker.
Not. It's Alisson Becker 1-2.
But not the average keeper, bro.
By the way, quick question. Quick question. Because I was looking at up one question. Who do you think is up there actually in terms of the best 1v1 shot stoppers in terms of keepers in the Prem? Let's say from last season.
I thought you saying of all time.
No, just from last season.
Here's the crazy part: no goalkeepers stand out. There's no goalkeeper I look at and go.
But if you have to think, if you have to think of somebody, a name,
probably Alisson. It would be Alisson.
Obviously, Alisson is there because it's the obvious one. But who do you think is there?
I'm just trying to think of goalkeepers.
All right, anybody can join this. No, Pickford's actually one of the worst ones.
I know De Gea. I don't know.
No,
Martinez from Aston Villa.
Yeah, I think he's a shout.
He's a shout. Martinez is a shout.
Ironically, because I was looking it up, Jose Sa and Robert Sanchez.
I was about to say Jose Sa. Damn it, I'm mad I didn't.
Jose Sa and Robert Sanchez are actually two keepers that actually were up there in terms of 1v1 percentage. But then again,
what's the percentage? You said they're two of the highest. What's the percentage?
I couldn't find the accurate percentage, but in terms of just the ranking, from what I'm looking at right now, they're actually up there in terms of some of the best 1v1 shot stoppers. But then again, how do we perceive them as goalkeepers? Jose Sa and Robert Sanchez. We don't perceive them as good goalkeepers. Yet the 1v1 shot stopper is actually surprisingly good compared to other keepers that we would think so. So it's just one of them ones where I say, again, like Jacob mentioned, like Flores mentioned, like being good at 1v1s is something special in it. Like Alisson, I consider him. This
and just to clarify, just to quickly, no psychic. Wait, before you go, no, it's nothing to do with crying psychedelic. You wrote the same comment twice. If I'm lying, look up, scroll up. You wrote the same comment twice. How you telling me? And you wrote the same comment twice. That's you because you're upset because I stated a fact about your goalkeeper making a mistake in a game. You lot got battered. It happens. You know what I'm saying? I can take beatings, and you know what? It's my channel. If I want to block you, I block you if I want, and no one can't stop that. I keep the lights on in this bitch. No one else don't pay for this shit. How you telling me how to run my own shit? Go on, sorry, Jez. Carry on. Just want to clarify.
No worries.
Say something else, I will block you. Try me. Go on, carry on, Jez.
No worries, man. Nah, like I said, like we don't perceive them as the greatest goalkeepers. Those two names that I've named, but yet they are up there with the numbers. But nobody would take them out of us. Like obviously Chelsea have Robert Sanchez now, but that's the point I'm trying to make. Like it's surprising when you hear these names and then you look up and they say, but their goalkeepers garbage. So, but then some of the best goalkeepers that we look at in the game right now they're not the greatest at that specific skill that people are asking for. And I always look at these little details, okay, what makes certain people special. And then I realized Alisson is just more than special, in my opinion. That's why I think he's the best goalkeeper in his generation. And from what I've seen, he has even arguments. He even had conversations, in my opinion, from all the keepers that I've seen live, to be up there as the best. That's why I say when Liverpool. That's why I say when Liverpool lose Alisson, you will see a difference.
But here's the crazy thing, Jez. Unfortunately, people have this jump to making the exception the rule. Like the exception is what we live by, and there's no room for the middle ground or just stating the obvious that some guy can't cut it. I think what Flawless's pushback is based on is the idea of how rushed this seems to cut him out already.
Yes, I agree.
That's it.
I'm never a fan. I'm never a fan of trying to, unless in your previous club that I watched you and I felt like you were already overrated there. Unless it's that case, like for example, Mason Mount, we all knew Mason Mount. We knew. We all knew. So it's different. But if it's somebody that okay, that guy has been great, but we all haven't seen him on a consistent basis each game, week in, week out. It's too unfair. Like we said, 10 games is not enough to call somebody world class or garbage. You have to marinate it. I'm trying to find an example for Spurs player because I remember having some doubts for somebody. Actually, ironically, Benteke. I thought he was a good player, but I didn't felt like the impact that he was going to have was actually the impact that he was going to bring, that he actually brought. Unfortunately, he got injured. But first, I was thinking, you know what, this is going to be one of them squad players signings, like a good player that will actually help the squad depth. But then he risen up to the occasion where, at his best, he's a regular starter for me. So it's just one of them where, you have to give it time to marinate.
Nah, for real. But bump up the likes. Yeah, not beefing no one Westbrook is going. Yeah, psychedelic. I knew what you meant the first time. I didn't need autocorrect. It's not like I was confused, but we moved. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Make sure you subscribe to Jacob's channel, United Spurs of America. Make sure you subscribe to Amir's channel, The Bridge 258. Come on in the mud. Somebody please put both their channels in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe over there. Bump up the likes here. Hit the subscribe button as well. Ibrahim, I hear you. I'm not saying sell on, I'm saying he needs to be dropped even for his protection. I hear that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not against dropping players in poor form. I'm saying what I'm against is writing off man after 2 months. Well, in terms of dropping him, yes, I've sat here and said, yeah, Casemiro needs to be dropped. The vast majority of these players need to be dropped. Because the performances, you know what I'm saying, ain't good enough. That's what it is. I'm a Chelsea fan. He knows about players in poor form. That's why he's sat in 11th. You know about this. You know what I'm saying?
The man's so high.
Where are you sat, mate? Where?
Above you. That's where we sat. You know what I'm saying?
We're literally just 10th and 11th, bro.
Yeah, so it's 10. No, I know I'm not the best. I'm not the best with numbers. It's 10 above 11.
You know what?
It's 10 above 11.
That's like saying, I weigh 10 pounds less than you. You're brag right now. Do you know?
Yeah, 100%. If I weigh 10, if I do, I would have brag about that too. Yeah, 100%.
And then they'll go in. Oh, now I'm attacking. What are you attacking me for, mate?
No, you know what that was? Because I may be trying to talk shit. That's why. So I'll just be shooting back.
I don't usually do this. Ahmed wasn't saying nothing. All right.
He said something slick as I was talking. No. He said something as slick as I was talking. That's
what did I say, man? What did I say?
It was I didn't catch it. I just know it was a shot.
No, see, come on,
I can tell by your stupid face with the smile.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Now we're just doing facial ID here. What's going on?
Yeah.
Man?
Okay. So what did you say while I was talking? And Ahmed, this gonna be good. Go on.
I just said, man. All I just said was you should get, you know what I mean, low fade. You know what I mean? Be serious, like Manian. You know what I'm saying?
I said what? So you said what? Say that again.
I said Manian. I said Onana needs to get a low fade, just like Manian. Be serious.
Oh, see, man. So it's a shot. You know what I'm saying? Talking about his hair.
That's not a shot, bro. It's advice. That's hair advice, man.
His hair has nothing to do with it.
Ironically, Ahmed, because you're saying that Onana, what's it called? Manyong actually got sent off straight red yesterday.
I did hear that still.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't know what it is. Maybe because his competition with Cario is not there in the Serie A anymore. So maybe he feels like he can actually rest on his feet.
Hasn't he only just come back from injury? Hasn't he only just come back from injury as well?
No, he's been back from injury. He's actually back. I think he's been back already.
Yeah, he's back already.
Got injured
I
in the Champions League.
I think he got injured, but I think he was already back before that.
He had a minor hamstring injury in it. That's what it was.
By the way, which is funny because, by the way, I don't think he had so far a great season. I can't even lie, but
I agree with that too.
Which again, but we perceive him as one of the top keepers in the league, in the world.
Oh yeah, Giroud was in goal, wasn't he?
Yeah. For a couple of minutes, because he had thing. All right, man. I mean, he had a better performance than Onana, but I had to throw it out there with quick, but nah, it's just one of them ones in there. Like, but Coach Accountsman, he's a devil putting that quote because I've been using it the whole time, like black keeper with a high top.
He saw yours. He stole the whole flow, man. It is what it is, man.
Bar for bar. But anyways, love to everyone that's locked in. We have hit 80 likes, so big up to you lot each and every time. Large up. Yeah, let's Sleeping Dragon Man sees you in the chat all the time, man. As long as you don't keep it respectful, it's all well and good. But yeah, hit the like button, like I said, share, subscribe. Don't forget we are on all of the audio platforms as well. But Jacob, we'll go to you, man. Good to have you back on again. Let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Well, United Spurs of America, that's where you can find me 5 to 6 days a week. Always doing something. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do during this international break, but we'll figure out something. There was another question you asked me, and I don't know why. I wanted to say something else about this whole goalkeeping thing with Onana and this, that, and that. Look, like I understand it's this new wave of goalkeeper where they want to utilize him in the build-up play and the attacking play. They want to utilize him as an extra outfield player. I understand that. But I just think, the old saying, you got to walk before you can run. And the man's out here ready for a marathon. But my guy, you got to just get the fundamentals down first as a goalkeeper. Do that job well, and then do all the extra shit. Because, like, Vicario, what he lacks, like, he was brought in to be the sweeper keeper type, and I think where he's at right now is he's not necessarily like the guy that we pass it to and that we look for to create these long balls over the top or really link up play. We more just use him as like, hey, we didn't find a hole on this left, we're passing it back, they're pressing us, so now we're giving it back to Vicario, and he's decent. I think you only need to be decent with the ball at your feet. I was awful with the ball at my feet. But again, I was a shot-stopping goalkeeper. I had a lot of confidence in my ability to get to a shot, my reactions, etc. So Onana has the reaction. You saw it. And if you look in slow-mo, where the ball hits his arm, the instinct is there to shot stop. I just think, it's like you could be good at something. You're like, okay, I'm good at that. Then you stop working at it and you work at other shit because you're like, I'm good at this already. I know how to do this already. But when you start excelling in something else, well, now you're not giving enough attention. And the grass is always greener where you put the water. So to me, Onana, just get back to the goalkeeping fun. Get a goalkeeper coach who's going to say, you do this in this instant. This is your positional awareness. When we have the ball here, this is how far you come out. And just really kind of corral him in, because I think he was brought in with all these expectations, and that's going to happen naturally to a United player. But a United player in which they're asking you immediately, day one, come in here and change the way things have been done at that position. That's a lot of pressure, and not even just Manchester United. That's a lot of pressure for anybody, and I think that be patient with Onana. I think he's a good goalkeeper. He's trying to bring that extra element, but sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you gotta pay attention to what the original purpose of your position is, which is to stop the damn shot. Don't care if Casemiro made a mistake. Don't care if Lindelof made a mistake. If I'm a goalkeeper coach, I'm telling him, look, everyone's going to make mistakes. You have to respond. And it's your job to be that last line of defense. That's the end of the day. So Onana, the patience, I think he needs a little patience. Like you said, Floss, I love the way, anytime I have you on, I always tell you how, I get ahead of myself. I'm an emotional beast, and you know my
You have said
emotions.
that. Get the better of you.
And I sometimes will say shit that's super biased, but it's my truth, and that's all I can.
I respect it though, because you know what?
Facts.
You don't try and sugarcoat it. You be like, yeah, I'm an
That's
emotional
it.
fan. I
That's
get
it.
involved. So then when you say something emotional, I'm like, all right, it's Jacob's character. It makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when I
Keep it
start
100. We keep it 100 over here, bro. I tell them all the time. I hate the dippers. Don't ask me for no rational talk about no dippers, because the first thing on my mouth is gonna be, F the dippers. As long as we keep it honest, it is what it is.
That's
the
what I'm
cold
saying.
part is Ahmed don't talk sense at all, but he believes in it. So we roll with it.
Wow, this is crazy, man. You know what I mean? Oh.
Ahmed, I can't defend you on this one.
Listen, man, this is crazy. This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
You know when the London.
I'll back up Ahmed here though, because
that was a nasty bar. That was a nasty bar.
Nasty business, mate.
Wow, one thing I will say about Ahmed is he's super honest. You know what I'm saying? Like when he's being emotional, he'll tell, yes, I am currently being emotional, or he'll look back on the previous situation and I got ahead of myself here. Like he'll tell you, it might not be in the moment, but afterwards he'll reflect and go, you know what? I was moving a bit mad. You know what I'm saying? Like I've heard him say that countless times. I respect it. Just live your truth. You're an emotional
Anana's 28. When you say pushing 30, you're talking about somebody
you just got
late 29 going into 30.
Yeah, you just got to let people.
I don't understand
attention,
this.
man.
I just listen.
Right.
Goalkeeper.
That's why I just keep it.
The problem is you cannot. The problem is you cannot equate goalkeepers as a pass to the goalkeepers of today. Most teams look for a passing goalkeeper first, even before their saving stats. If they're a good to average goalkeeper, but their kicking is sensational, that goalkeeper will always get in ahead of one who's got great shot stopping and stuff like that.
That's why De Gea is still without a club.
Exactly. Well, I would say this. Oh, what?
That's why Hugo Lloris couldn't leave.
If Saudi
couldn't pay anybody to take Hugo.
Get this right. If you're free and Saudi Arabia aren't even picking you up, then just retire right now. Do you know what I mean? You're free.
One thing I do want to say. One thing I do want to say as well as quick. I mean, we are one of the most hilarious football clubs because we have 5 first-team goalkeepers. But
that's a numbers thing, Jez. That was all strategic planning. Because if you look, 3 out of our 5 goalkeepers are on the homegrown quota. So that's how we like to operate.
I was going more with that because if United want a goalkeeper, we have 4 other ones that you can have.
This is where I come in. Shut up,
Kepa, bro. We got Kepa, bro. You seen how he's cooking at Real Madrid, bro? He's cooking at Madrid, bro.
You know what? Sure, man. You know what I'm saying? How about
kick him out too? Kick him out too.
I'm tired of these man that just talk. Sure. Right. Anyways, we closing out this show. Make sure you subscribe to Amish's channel, The Bridge 258. Make sure you subscribe to Jacob's channel. I'm gonna bring in Tweedledee and Tweedle fucking dumb in a second. But yeah, Jacob, let him know again. Anything else you want to add before? Obviously, feel free. Anything we didn't get to Spurs.
My son just wanted to. What was that, son? You said we're top of the league. We're top of the league. Tottenham Hotspur. We're top of the league.
I love that.
Hang on, where do you live again, Jacob? I'm calling local child services. Where you
the baby stopped crying the moment he was saying the song, man.
That's true. It hit different.
It's the first time we've been top of the league where I'm actually not angry, like, which is very funny.
Crazy.
Yeah, the last thing I did want to say before this is my final goodbye, I swear. I just want to again shout out Emerson Royale, the compilation king. If you don't know, you need to get to know. Find him on Twitter. Find him on Instagram. If we lose, you're getting an Emerson comp. If we win, you're getting an Emerson comp. If we draw, you're going to get an Emerson comp. If Emerson's baby mama spits out a baby, you're getting a baby birth comp. I'm telling you, the man is built different. You'll never sing that. My number 2 right back is the GOAT. I just want to end that.
Love that. United Spurs of America again, people. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Ahmed, The Bridge 258. Let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Obviously we can watch my match review about the game where I'm honest, you know what I'm saying? Not so much as I am here. You know what I mean? I'm very honest about that one. I'll be honest. You get me? Tomorrow
You can't even stop smiling when you say that.
listen, I'm just a happy guy, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy life, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy life.
Enjoy life. This dude.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Listen, but obviously tomorrow, I'll probably do like the Rennes PSG watch along game at around about 7:45, but I'll be live at 7 p.m. so you can watch that one for sure tomorrow. In regards to the week, you know what, man? You can see me play FIFA and stuff like that, some hoops.
What you doing on FIFA? You doing live? What you doing career mode or home team?
I might do like little career mode legendary.
Nah, I'll be there, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
By the way, I've now found a worse Chelsea manager in history than Frank Lampard. It was Matisse yesterday when he went on ultimate mode. His first game, he lost 6-2 to Liverpool at home. The second game, he lost 5-1 away at West Ham. And then he lost in a cup game. And then he quit. And then created his own club. That's what he did. It was the worst. He quit.
That's what he gets for going on ultimate. When I done lives, I think what is it? Is ultimate? Is it legendary? And then there's one below.
Legendary. I think there's a new one that they added this year, but I can't remember.
Flawless. Do you remember Saeed when he did a career mode?
Yeah.
He had something like he scored over like 200 goals, but conceded like 150 or something like that in one season. And then he was going. How am I so? Why didn't I win the championship? And I was going. You conceded 150 goals. That's why you didn't win.
Because these people in the chat will set you up. Cause I remember when I did it, I think I did it like the level below legendary, whatever that is, like above professional. It might be. It'd be like, well, why did you up the level?
There's world class,
yeah,
world class legendary.
Yeah, so I did world class. Why do you up the level for you lot to laugh at me while I'm getting packed? Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? What the hell? You know what I'm saying? You must be crazy. I ain't no FIFA expert.
Yeah, Ibrahim. No, I wasn't asleep, bro. I was literally outside. I was outside. They give that free PM, you know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was buying like some hair products. That's why, because I'm doing a cosplay. I need hair product for that.
Man said he's on them Michaelo Mudryk settings with the hair product.
Well, Bridge 258, fam. Let him know where we'll go on.
He's got a whole head.
You know, obviously I said before, within the week it will be basically, you know, usual stuff about Chelsea. There's some random news you will see. But in the meantime, I'll do some career mode stuff, some Upwatch stuff maybe. You know what Upwatch is usually. I just talk about other teams. I'll probably do a few things on them and compare them to Chelsea. And that's pretty much it, man. You know what I'm saying? The content will keep rolling. Just get me to 1K, man. You know what I mean? I already
get him to 1K, man. How far short are you of 1K?
I think I'm roughly now 42 away from 1K now.
Yo, we could have got that on the stream, man. You should let us know. Yeah,
100% game to 1K. That's gonna happen.
That's gonna happen. 1K, man.
Game to 1K. Don't forget, make sure you hit the like button here, subscribe. Don't forget this show, all the other shows on the channel, apart from watch alongs, are available on audio only platforms, people. So wherever you get your podcast, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, or drop the Spotify and iTunes links in the chat. SoundCloud here's with a follow. Spotify. Make sure you follow us some 5-stars on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts as well. All you iPhone users, 5-stars on there, and leave us a review too as well. In regards to today, what we got coming up, live on the kick, double header, people. Double header of watch alongs to start off the day. Brighton versus Liverpool. So we'll be live 1:45 p.m. UK time, so 15 minutes before kickoff for Brighton versus Liverpool.
Come on, VAR.
Yeah. Let's go, please. The time I need De Zerbi to De Zerbi, you know. I need to be De Zerbi to be as great as all the De Zerbi.
Yeah, the one that y'all speak on. That's the one we need.
I need De Zerbi like to be on smoke. So Brighton, Liverpool, do that watch along, and then following that, biggest game of the weekend, of course, Arsenal versus Manchester City. That watch along.
PSG runs, man. Get it right, man.
Oh, sorry, man.
You know
yeah, all right. Second biggest game of the weekend. We will be doing obviously the biggest game is PSG Rennes. They're bigger than both the Arsenal and Manchester City facts. I agree with you. I do agree with you. Yeah. Fuck Arsenal. I'm fuck City.
Man.
So yeah, Arsenal, Manchester City. That's live on the Sarcasm City TV Kick, people. So make sure you download the Kick app because you won't find us here on the YouTube. Download the Kick app. Follow us on Kick. You sign up for free. Download the app. Sign up for free. Same way you watch and comment on YouTube. It's the exact same on Kick. And then we'll be back to recap it all right here on the YouTube channel, midnight UK time, for the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. Make sure you check out next week's schedule. I've already updated it, so you're going to get all the regular shows, Man United podcast solos, all the crossovers, including this one as well. And then what I want to do the week after that for you lot, to give back to you lot, I'm going to run fan calling shows the entire part of the week after, people. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I've not picked a time yet. I'm thinking 10 p.m., but that's not clarified. But Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Not next week, the week after. Run fan calling shows the entire week, because I did enjoy the last one we did, and I didn't get to all the callers. And you lot have so much to say. I want to ask questions and stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me open up the lines to you lot. And of course, if you remember, you queue jump them fan calling shows as well. But yeah, I'd love to everyone who's locked in. You lot continue to show support in the manner in which you have. Big up. Anything else any of you might want to add before we close out?
Yeah, man. I'm going to the NFL. I'm going to the NFL experience actually tomorrow before the game.
Hey, that's what's up. Enjoy it, bro. Enjoy it.
No, I'm not going to the game. There's like they've got the Battersea Power Station because like so they got this whole experience for that they're doing there.
Yeah, enjoy that. I'm for real.
Nice little thing there. Got Tariq Hill for some reason. I don't know why they were giving out cards recently when I was there. So hey, man, we'll see each other tomorrow. Because I saw like a bunch of the Bill fans anyway when I was.
Hey, let me tell you something right now.
They need to be careful.
You think hooliganism is something you've never heard of Bill's Mafia before. So you out there, be careful. Okay. They go through, it's pretty much a ladders, tables, and chair match whenever the Bills fans show up. So just, mind what you're seeing out there. You feel me? That's all. Enjoy yourself, man.
No, man. Thanks very much.
I'm also doing the NFL experience, but I'm watching it on Red Zone.
This guy's a dickhead. This guy's a
Also, just everyone just go away. Leave us alone. We're finished now.
Sure,
my 2 week break now.
You see why people I don't say if anyone else wants to add anything because I hear what we get. Eddie says you're a real one, flawless. Be good. Hey, salute, man.
Eddie, man. Who I'm talking about? That's my dog, man. Eddie to Eddie. That's my dog.
Eddie. You lot continue to support. Alam's another one as well. Make sure you subscribe to both his channels. In the Motion Football, which is his NFL channel, and then Toronto Hoop Talk, which is his NBA channel. They're both on the homepage here. There's a featured page, and I've tagged the channels of all the people you see on a regular. So his 2 channels are on there. So big up to Alam each and every time as well. Go on, this is gonna be good. Go on.
Oh, this is not even gonna be something crazy, but I just have to say, Joel Beat. Off topic, Joel Beat, you're an absolute disgrace thinking you're American.
Because he picked the American team. We're gonna get to that.
He's American.
We need to bring back courtside commentary.
This guy was growing up in Cameroon. I don't care.
But we went and picked the Philadelphia 76ers went and picked his ass up at age 15 and said, "You're gonna play ball professionally. You're the size of a mid-sized sedan. Get him in the court." Yeah.
Crazy.
That being said,
crazy Jason.
NBA is back, people. NBA is back soon, so we will be back in regards to regular NBA season, regular watch-alongs on the kick, and we'll bring some courtside commentaries. When some big news breaks, we'll definitely bring back courtside commentary podcast because I did enjoy that. But we're closing out here.
Joel Embiid, the crazy
year. It's the Clippers year again.
Yeah,
right, let me close.
The Lakers here are gonna get in there,
Dirk is the go.
You know what I'm saying, Eddie? Yeah.
Let me close out.
Show Dirk.
To get watch 4-0.
I'm gonna let him close. But Ahmed, you're getting dealt with on a different day. Trust.
Love and trust, man.
You know what you are. You know what you are, Ahmed. We call it. Yeah, there you go. We call it out here in the Bay. We call it a crew bopper. That's what you is. You're a crew bopper. I'm gonna let it cook though. You a crew bopper.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it cook.
You know what we're gonna do? I'm glad you lot actually said all this. We'll do a preview of the season before the season
there we
starts.
go. There we go.
We'll pull up a preview of the season and do I don't know, either East and West or something like that and figure that out. But love to everyone who has locked in. We'll do 2 separate ones. We'll do East Coast and West Coast.
Say less.
Yeah. I'll have a look at that in a second. But love to everyone that's locked in. See, you lot getting even more content. And this has been the Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur Show, Man United podcast, Ballers at the Bridge podcast, talking that Tottenham Talk podcast live on the Sarcasm CTV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.